Good evening everybody. I hope you're doing well this fine Sunday evening. Lovely to have you all here. Let me swap on over to the regular scene. There we go. Good evening one and all. Lovely to have you here. Mushy, Edwards, Apophis, Andy Magyar, Silent Mouse, good evening. Capalathor, Splat 007. Farming Darkmoon Firewater. Oh, fantastic! Good idea. I'm assuming the Darkmoon fair's on at the moment, so that'll be handy to at least get a load of it for yourself, if nothing else. Big Dumb Idiot. Good evening to you, and Zaycarlet. Lovely to have you both here. How's everyone's weekend been? All been good. You will notice I am now back upstairs again. We've done our decorating of our bedroom, so. It's all changed, got new pictures up behind me and new duvet cover and everything like that. Slightly different angle and everything like that. And did I tidy up my beard? I didn't actually, Capalathor, but sometimes it has a mind of its own and it takes its own position. So it's kind of, excuse me, kind of a bit of a wild one from that one. Oh, Jazz, thank you. Sorry, having a coughing fit just as you come in. Thank you so much for the host. That's so kind of you. How are you? How was your stream? Lovely to have you here. Thank you, everyone who's come in from Jazz's stream. My name is Samadan, and I mainly do gold making. We'll be going through the Wowhead economy blog in a few moments once it's gone live. So I'll be talking about that as well. Metket, good evening to you. Darkwing. It looks like I dyed it. Ice Dragon, good evening to you. First time been able to catch my stream. Well, welcome aboard. Lovely to have you here. Aspie Savage, good evening. Back in WoW after 10 years away. Wow, that's a long time. And first time on Twitch and on the way to becoming a TSM expert. All thanks to you. That's fantastic news. Lovely to have you here. We don't currently have an Oreo cam, no Silent Mouse, because obviously now that I've moved upstairs again, you may, if I'm lucky, we may get Cookie going on the bed, or maybe she'll jump on the desk later on. Depends what she decides to do. Have a nice evening. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Jazz. So kind of you. Have a good rest after your stream. Trishan, good evening to you, and Real Ginny. Another new room. We're back in the bedroom now, so it's all been decorated now, so that's why it's different. We painted the walls blue, put some new pictures up in the background, and gone for the 70s theme in a 70s kind of style duvet. And Totoro is back with us as well. Oh no, wrong way. Totoro is back with us as well, so nice to have Totoro and Catbus back in the background as well. Almost got the chef's hat. Oh, fantastic! Aura Warrior. That's good news. It takes a little while, especially with time walking. It's not too bad though. Occasionally, Capalathor, my son is he's playing a lot of Planet Zoo at the moment. My wife also has started playing a little bit of WoW, but we haven't played together in a good sort of week or so because we've been so busy with sort of real life stuff. We haven't had the opportunity, unfortunately. But it's a mix of things in my family, certainly. Been a really chill weekend, painting and relaxing. Not been playing WoW much, but made some nice gold from auctions. Jumping on now to stock up your banks full of inks. Fantastic, Edwards. I did see your 3D print of your landscape. That looks really nice. Adrios, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. Did I miss anyone else as I was just looking up? There we go. No, we didn't. The dude everyone likes. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. And Zed, is that Zed Quiz? Or Zuquis, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. If he likes Planet Zoo, then get him into 3D. Pretty much what your job is exactly. He loves kind of like the building things, the Minecraft stuff. So his spatial awareness is really, really good. Definitely. Sister, good evening to you. And Jack, coming in 15 months. When are we going to play Minecraft? That would be awesome. I'd love to play some Minecraft with people. That would be great fun. I love doing survival mainly myself, though, rather than creative. And thank you so much for 15 months of support. That is really, really special. Thank you so much. Let's have a whole load of emotes for Jack. Thank you indeed. Tack for Jack. Oh, thank you. I think that is from Maceo. With most of it, if not all of the market's kind of crazy at the moment, how do you see it being once the pre-patch hits? It's going to be interesting, McBain. It's going to be very interesting. I'm sure there'll be a flood of people coming back and wanting to try out all the new things and stuff like that. Danish. What time will the announcements be for me on Wednesday evening? I don't know, Doc Otter, actually. I haven't done the time calculation. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. When is it US time? I'll have to work it out from there. Your main goal making... Oh, hold on. Main goal making thing tanked. Oh, chat's coming too fast. Really hard these past couple of weeks. It can be tricky, Ice Dragon, when your main source of income dries up. That's where diversity really does help, certainly. Something interesting just happened to you in the game you're playing. A mob you fought summoned so many skeletons that when you killed the summoner, which made the skeletons despawn, your game crashed. Oh, really? That's a very strange one. Talking about anchorweed, you used to sell them for 55 to 60. Okay, and what is the price now? Now they're barely up to 40. So what is the price of the herbs you're getting? Can you still get them for a profit? Assuming you're doing the daily cooldown, or are you farming them? It's 6 o'clock Central. Is that Central European time? Is that or Warrior? Okay, thank you. So it'll be about 5 o'clock my time. Harry Gamer, good evening to you. And I've got lots of things. Hold on, lots of people. I'm way behind on chat already. Okay, you're farming them. Okay, yeah. So it could be slightly less bang for your buck money wise on that. Natty, good evening to you. And Camby Sama, good evening to you. Dizzy, and it's about 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay, thank you, Doc Otter. Yeah, because people don't need, as in really need, the flasks at the moment. And Goalkeeper, good evening to you. There we go. I think I caught up with everyone. There we go. There we go. Okay. Lovely to have you all here. Let me just check, actually, whilst I'm here. Just check the Wowhead blog hasn't gone live whilst I've been chatting away, because you never know. Let's have a look. How was everyone's, for those from the US, how was everyone's, whoops, that was the wrong one. How was everyone's 4th of July, if you celebrate it? Yeah, we've got the Wowhead blog is available. And Kralgan, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Interesting Rose, good evening to you. How's your weekend been? And let's have a look. Let's just change my command on this so we can get this up and ready and rolling for when we start talking about the Wowhead blog. So we'll give everyone a chance to come in first. So I'm just going to change my command first. And we'll adjust that accordingly. So, Wowhead, edit, I have to focus, and then click that, submit. And then we do that, and we do that. You can check live stream here, and it also has a timer. All right, thank you, Metcalf. What I'll do is I'll add that on live in 2 days. Okay, I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to stick that in my World of Warcraft folder, and I'll have that ready. Thank you, that's handy. There we go. Pretty nice 4th of July, kind of rainy, so not a ton of fireworks. I'm hoping to have s'mores over a fire pit tonight. Oh, sounds very nice, Doc Otter, very nice indeed. Been lovely, hit 50 garrisons on Friday, spent today levelling another alt on a second account to use for party sync levelling, since you don't like Legion levelling. That's interesting, Rose. When you just thought you were done with all your alts, you have another one on another account. Best route to Wailing Caverns as an Alliance Druid? Not one I know of. If anyone in chat can give some good directions, that would be highly appreciated. Bella Garcia, good evening to you as well. Lovely to have you here. And let's have a look. Wowhead. Let's see if that works. There we go. The Booty Bay boat. Okay, there we go. Alright, so if I bring this one over, we can at least get this ready to have a good old chat through later. That's interesting, that doubled up there. We'll move that over, and we've got that done. And we'll move this across so we can see this a little bit. And move that across, so there we can talk about that. There we go. What else did I miss there? Also streams your weekly garrison clears last night. Had about 25 concurrent viewers. Very nice dressing rooms, very nice. Seems that many people interested in your gold making method. Well, they certainly are, Dressing Rose. You've definitely got a good following there. Is BFA Tools of the Trade the new cloth scavenging? It is, yes, for tailoring. The cloth scavenging, which you basically you get with the synchronous thread, is effectively gives you an extra boost for your cloth, which is really, really useful. If you're in something like a 2x4 farm or something like that, is really useful. I just bought 30,000 riverbud for 1 gold, silver, 50 silver each. That's very cheap. Very cheap indeed. Can be busy for the rest of the stream, I bet you are, Edwards. For tailoring, yes, that's right. The other thing is, if you want, there's a similar mechanism with Ewan's enchanting rod for enchanting, and alchemy does have the Silas proc, which is kind of essential now if you want to make any profit on that front. Lemechi, good evening to you. Switch rooms again. Yes, we're back upstairs again. So we're in the bedroom. It's been freshly decorated now, so it's a lot nicer. Although I do notice it's quite echoey in here, so I might have to do something about that. I've got new blinds I put up in the on the window, so I need something to reflect the. There's a lot of reflective surfaces here, so I'll have to think about what I could do. I keep kicking me out of the rooms of the house. It's something like that, yes. I'm trying to go into the room that's the least sort of, where I get in the way, the least amount as possible. Lesia, thank you very much with the raid. So kind of you. How was your stream? Bonjour, ça va? How are you? Welcome everyone from Lesia's stream. I hope you've had a lovely time with Lesia. We are going to be going through the Wowhead Economy weekly wrap-up in a moment, so we're going to be talking through all the goings on of this week with gold making and so on and so forth. So it's going to be an interesting one. Lots of things to talk about. The servers being merged being the first point of call, which I'm going to talk about first. But lovely to have you all here. Those that don't know me, my name is Samadan, and I do mainly gold making with professions, and I also write the Wowhead economy blog, so that's what you see here. I'm going to go through that as it's just gone live. Avesa, thank you very much. 6 months. That's so kind of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you very much indeed. A whole load of emotes for you. Thank you indeed. That's so kind of you. And TDCIDH? I think I've got that completely wrong, but thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Right, I might be missing a few things on chat now as it's kicking through rather quickly, so if I do miss anything, you did it. Think you'll wait for another couple of days for the buffer though. Oh, let's have a look. What have we got here? Aha, fantastic. That's lovely to see, Zikala. Congratulations. I think you should buy your Brutosaur straight away. That's the best way to do it. But let's see, lots of Brutosaur emotes in the chat for Zikala for getting enough gold to buy the Brutosaur, even if you haven't bought it just yet. But congratulations, that's fantastic. Oh, I can't pronounce that name, but thank you so much for the follow. It's kind of like it looks like a waving bear of some kind, I think. I hope that works. Is that Yeno? Is that how it's pronounced? But thank you. And Gwilyn, resubbing. Wow, 24 months, Gwilyn. That's 2 years. I wish I had a 2-year badge to be able to give you for that. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your continued and very lengthy support. It is really, really appreciated. There we go. That's amazing. That's you. Okay, fantastic. There we go. And Thrisha and James SSS, thank you both for the follow. Your server is a new player server, so I wonder if it will be merged. Interesting, Edwards. I wonder what kind of population it is. Have you looked on the various sites like Raider.io and WoW Progress to see if there is a population for that? And Galmadus, thank you for the follow. Lovely to have you here. You're up to 240,000 subs for. That should keep you busy for a while. Certainly, Drizzling Rose. Gulin deserves a founder's badge or something. I know, that would be great. I wish I could do more badges beyond 1 year. Once I get partnership, then definitely we'll get that sorted, and we'll have lots of nice badges for all the other years. So whilst everyone's here and everyone's coming in, let's just scroll through and just talk about the things we're going to talk about today on the Wowhead Economy blog. So if you haven't seen this is already live. So we'll go Wowhead, and then you've got the link to it there. There you go. So basically, this is going to be, we're going to talk about the low pop realms connecting over the next 2 to 3 months, a lovely smelting calculator, the latest things that's been happening with TSM 4.10 alpha, and some easy flips, and a discussion about how the Brutosaur has actually affected the market and speculation on that, and then a little reminder about your chef's hat just at the end. What do you guys think of the F-Ruck pet? I haven't seen that one, Darkwing. Watched part of my stream yesterday, made my brain hurt. What, from all the there was a lot of last time I saw Drizzling Rose's stream, it was lots of alt switching, and you could see how you'd gotten your rhythm going and switching between all of them. The thing that got me confused was, obviously you're on the Horde side, and I'm not familiar with the Horde. The frog tug. Okay, frog. Okay, I see, Tugging. You just got Moon. What is Moon, Mushy? That sounds fantastic, but congratulations. Is that a pet? It sounds like a pet, doesn't it? Game Cat, lovely to have you here. Welcome on board. Oh, hold on. I think... there we go. Oh, no. I thought I had a whisper then. There we go. Let's jump back here, and let's jump back here, and then we can go through here. The wolf pet from Moonfang on the Dark Moon Fair. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Webgirl, 1573, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. So let's start talking through the latest goings on this week. So the first news was the Blizzard have announced that over the next 2 to 3 months they're going to connect some of the low population rounds with other existing ones. So this is going to be interesting. If you are on one of these low population realms, how's the market going to affect you? And as far as I understand it, when Blizzard do the merging, they won't try and rebalance the factions. So if you're heavily Alliance or Horde, they'll still kind of connect you with a faction that is heavily Alliance or Horde or something like that. So it's going to be interesting, and they're doing quite a nice job of it in terms of announcing it beforehand and letting us know that sort of which server is going to be connected, and are there going to be some the goal-making opportunities. That's going to be the interesting thing. I mean, in general, from what I can gather on the news, people are generally happy about servers merging together, because it does give a few sort of more active markets for those servers that are technically dead. Watch out if they are flippers. The markets are going to be very different once you suddenly go from one to another, certainly. No more farming rares on low pops. That is an interesting one, Darkwing. I wonder if they will still be relatively low pops, because I don't know the extent of which, as to how many are going to be connected, certainly. Do I ever talk to Perk or someone else for gathering all the weekly Wowhead topics somewhere in Wowhead, like a subtopic we can find every week or something? Twice before, remember. Oh, of course, Metcat, yes. I haven't found anything yet, but I'll try and remember that, because basically what I need to do is, I think I need to put a tag or something like that on them and then sort it from there. Hold on, that's the wrong book. Let me get another bit of note paper, and then I can keep these things for later. Wowhead together. Something like that. There we go. Okay, what did I miss? I had to stay away from my server. Yeah, I mean, you've got a good economy going at the moment, certainly. So it would be a shame if that got upset by emerging, of course. People on Lopop do that, no more res farming. It's been a long time since they've done this. Apparently it's been about like 7 years or something, hasn't it? You've always liked the merge. Ask one of your realm with the realms on the same CRZ since Legion. That would be good. I mean, I think it's a good thing overall, certainly. The region value on TSM will change over the next 3 to 4 months. I wonder what's going to happen with just general figures overall. Markets are going to be very sort of strange as all the averages sort of eventually sort of like reassert themselves. Oh, that's a good point actually, Darkwing, about the Booty Bay fish rewards. Yes, and getting the arena teams. I haven't done either of those, certainly. Snaxiramus, good evening to you. I love the new series on YouTube. When is the next video? It's very soon. I had plans to get it released by today, but I've been completely sort of discombobulated with lots of other stuff going on this weekend, so I haven't quite managed to get it out yet. But if I can, I'll try and get it out tomorrow, at the very latest Tuesday. Remember, Burning Crusade and Wrathling was hard to farm rare, but there was many people on the realm, so it was nice. It will drop, you watch. Low pop makes the region prices high. Can already merged servers be merged again? I would guess so, McBainey. If they are low enough, they might as well. I mean, if you look at, if we go to Raider.io and we have a look at, let's have a look, there we go, move that across a little bit. Hold on, ads coming through. It's a bit slow coming through, but once it does, actually I'll move that across to the side so we're not waiting on that. There we go. If we look at, if I just change that to Europe, there we go, and then we have a look. There we go. So this is Raider.io. If you haven't seen this, this is a really nicely updated site, and if we order this by population, because this one will show us the connected ones. So some of these down here are connected a couple of times. So this one is quite low already, and it's got 4 that are already connected together. So there may be a case that that gets connected. The same with this one, that's got 5 all connected together, and it's still relatively low population, because these are ordered by population, so you could see a few different things being connected at this sort of level, certainly. Even if it makes, as long as I'm saying that, I'm not sure, that's just a fancy word. Whereas there's a set of realms in the EU that has 10 connected. I think it's still medium. Is it really 10? Wow, that's a huge amount. Let's have a look. There's a lot here, there's a lot here. Now we're going a bit further down. That one's a lot. Look at that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one. That's a lot of small servers all stuck together. Although they're doing quite nicely on the high mythic keys, and there's 3 guilds at mythic 12, so that's quite a reasonable collection of servers to be on. I can't imagine that one changing anytime soon, but it's very interesting. Merging servers without getting rid of cross-realm zone technology, server coalescence and stuff, that is a very difficult move. Rares will become even rarer. Porcupine Farm Spot and Drustfile will never be empty. Blizzard wants us all to live in some virtual China with clouds of prayer everywhere. Interesting series. I think it depends how much they do it. If it's for basically the servers that have really, really low populations, then I can see how that's definitely more useful. If they're going to bring everyone up to like full pop realm level, then I think that's way too much. All your tunes are here, and you have hope now. Oh, Snaxiramus, you're on Lightbringer, aren't you? I'm looking forward to sharing goal making with you. Regarding my new series, why did I decide to play on US servers over EU? Kenny, that was mainly the reason for doing that is I wanted the challenge was the first and foremost thing. Thinking about I'm starting exactly from scratch. I've got no Brutosaur, no heirlooms, no other characters to have access to. So it would be effectively as if I was a complete beginner player from the respective resources available. Obviously, my knowledge that I bring to the situation is different because I've been playing on EU. So that's what I wanted to bring into the series. And obviously a lot of you find people on Twitch here are also on NA as well, and I'd love to be able to play with you on NA as well as people on EU. So for me it was kind of like an obvious choice. French realm really low in population. I think they'll be merged quite possibly. So what they're going to connect all the mid pops and make them like a high pop. I wouldn't like that to happen, Jack. I would like to see the mid pops stay mid pop, certainly. And Kaidar, good evening to you. I really think they should close some realms and either put everyone on one or create another where they put everyone on it. Interesting. You're already sharded with 6 other servers. Wow, okay, that's quite a lot. We'll adapt if it changes. That's what makes us absolutely Edwards. Totally agree with that. Hold on, there's absolutely loads I've missed here. Let me just scroll down. You just did that, web girl, did you? Your 0 to Hero challenge. How did you get on? The other one person on Time as Isle is one person too much when you complete that big bag achievement. Even level characters and low pop RP rounds just for that purpose. Interesting series. If there's very specific things that not having competition is useful, then I can see how that might disappear. Could shift the auction house more towards crafters, more mats be available in theory. That's a good idea, Gwilyn, certainly. Will, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. You've been on Lightbringer for about a year now. Excited to see what you make of the economy on there. I'm looking forward to it, Saxy. I'm looking forward to it indeed. You started a brand new tune on EU and trying to get the Brutosaur before pre-patch. Don't have flying or anything. That's a great challenge. I'm debating whether to do that with my NA. Whether to go for the Brutosaur or not. I mean, obviously it'd be really nice if I could. I don't know realistically at which point I can put, how much time I can put into it at the moment, because obviously I'm spending a lot of time making the videos as well. So it'll be interesting. I would like to have that. Oh, sharded, not merged. Okay. It would be interesting to have that in the back of my mind, certainly. Right, hold on. I missed loads of stuff here. 24 days in and level to 120 from 1, and you 500k so far. Very nice indeed. Missed a few. Mitty, good evening to you. First time listening to my stream and just started getting gold making. Well, lovely to have you here. Welcome on board. If you do have any questions, please do ask them in chat. If I don't answer it, I'm sure someone in the chat will be able to answer it. Okay, you moved to Taramel a few years ago with your guild and not raiding anymore. Your guild's dead, so it's just expensive to move to 2 GB 5 tunes. What's the 2 GB? I'm quite fully aware of that. Almost like 2 gigabytes. About halfway through your Shadowlands prep, on a 1.5 year mat on each alt, so you don't need to restock in all of Shadowlands. You're 140 days now. That's a lot of stock, definitely. I missed a whole load of stuff coming through. I would say you're all lovely listening along whilst chilling out. Big love. Oh, thank you, Crunchball. That's very kind of you to say so. And Syncope 1990, thank you for the follow. Oh, Guildbank. Okay, now I'm with you, Darkwing. Giving retail a little break. Hammer during having a relaxing time leveling and playing a Pally in Classic right now. Oh, nice, Gwilyn. Nice. How is Paladin in Classic? Love to be here. It was lovely having you here. That's your problem. If they prefer to make things like connected realms and interconnection, and you find them making more problems than solving them. Right. Working on a couple of garrisons and my inscription alongside map farming. It's slow. I can imagine it's very slow, definitely. Right, okay. I'm almost caught up with the chat. It's going all the way through rather quickly, so if I do miss anything, please do bear with me, because I'm going to do the Wowhead vlog as well. So we are talking about the connected realms at the moment, which is a very interesting topic. Mainly, I'm thinking positive, but there are some concerns as well, especially if everything turns into sort of like full pop realms. I think that would be bad. Just levelling alts, going for 2.5 mil before Shadowlands. I think that's a very good target to have, Will, and enjoying the levelling process as well. You checked your server. It's a low pop but marked for new players. Really love the atmosphere of your server. Everyone in Trade Chat helps out people. Just hope that doesn't change. Well, fingers crossed, Edwards. Hopefully it'll work out good for you. Is that K612 headphones? These are which ones are they? The K90, I think. No, K92. K92 headphones, Wild Fox. I've really enjoyed them. My favourite pair of headphones I've had since buying headphones. So talking on server choice, obviously I've got a video starting my series on going through sort of choosing a server. So even though they've announced these servers merging, if you are thinking of joining a server, my latest video going over sort of my reasoning behind choosing a server and what to do in terms of goal making and what resources to look at. So I go through things like WoW Progress, Raider.io, the Undermine Journal, and go through the whole decision making process. So if you haven't checked that one out and you are thinking of going over to a server, I've popped that down there for people to have a look at. You level a monk from 58 to 90 today. It's been going so fast. That's very fast. Blizzard wants to give current and especially new players ideas that their servers are active. I think that's important, Jack, especially for new players. They want to see people moving around back and forth and things like that and talking in chat. For the sake of the challenge, you chose Doomhammer based on the fact that new players would be more closely resemble. It was for new players would more closely resemble a new player. Interesting, WebGirl. Interesting. View the server merges a two-edged sword. As you're a role player on EU, you have a very small realm, like 1,000 players max prime time, and most of them are role players. So on one hand, if they merge us with other RP servers, you have more role players, which is good. On the other hand, there's a real problem with non-role players trolling over role players and interrupt their role play with toys and mounts and stuff. That, I imagine, could be frustrating. I mean, I can see how having the two is quite difficult. I'm not sure. I guess it all depends on the type of people you get in the new server and whether they've got the same kind of ethos as you. But then make them items shareable. Everything gets one shot, making leveling very hard if there are no items or mobs up. I mean, are you thinking in terms of tagging things, perhaps? 20 on the farm, prefer doing craft, shuffling and flipping. Sexy role-playing is divergent, different server to server. Yes, I can imagine it is. Yeah, I think that would be useful, Mushy, to save people being sort of like crowded out of a situation, certainly. I mean, if it was a Horde Alliance thing as well, that would be useful. So that was a server choice, first topic. Then I'm going to move on to a really nice website that TBA FHQ has created, which is similar to the one you can look at with the Undermine Journal when you look at that and look at the profits of all of your sort of like smelting. Whereas this one, the thing I liked about it was when you went through some of the more complex flips, it would give you a list of sort of like what you do and how you get the things and where the money comes from, and then you can look at that and say, okay, well, I can do this a bit cheaper this way, or I've got a different method that way, and then you can see where your profit margins are. So I thought this was a really nice website, just focusing on mining and smelting. So you go through here, and then you can see all this is Shadow Song, so you can see here all the profits at the moment, the potential profit in all the various smelting opportunities. Dark Iron Bar being an interesting one there at 56 gold profit. Corium Bar potentially 600. A few interesting ones here. But it's a nice way of just, things like the Worth It add-on as well. It helps with things like this, but it's nice to see it on a website. Hold on, I missed a whole load of stuff. In fact, Argentina is much more casual hype-up realms than RP. Exactly, as Will said, yeah. You've been doing, you have a tailor that's been doing the tie spray linen flip as well. Fantastic, Mitty. That's always been low pop with a little less low pop, or low pop with medium. Yeah, so I wonder what ones they're going to merge. That's going to be interesting. How much of a big difference are these low? Is it going to be low to medium, or is it going to be low to really high? Because I think that would be quite a big jump. Our new players can be easily satisfied for some time until they go away and become veteran players, and then the cycle begins again. Yeah, I don't see them doing a really low with a high pop. I think that would be a bad idea all round. Great thing in Germany, economy-wise, it would be nice for us to have a server merge because you're merged because are such a small market. Some things are very expensive and some are not sellable at all. Interesting, Syncope. So it would be, I could see the appeal from very low servers on that point and merging them with something a bit higher, certainly. You actually think Shadow Song is a likely candidate for a merge as a mid-pop? Interesting, Will. I did consider that. I wondered whether Shadow Song would merge. I will be very interested to see what happens to the markets if that's the case. I wouldn't mind if there was a merge. It would be very interesting. Dibby Twitch coming in with your Prime for 3 months. Just keep doing your streams. Love you. Well, that's very kind of you, Dibby Twitch. Very kind of you indeed. Thank you. A whole lot of emotes for you. Thank you for your support. I shall continue to do what I'm doing, certainly. Yours is connected with 2 other servers and is low pop, which is you didn't know till you checked radio.io. Oh, right, okay. Are we already merged connected with Asuna though? That's right, the real Ginny. So it's already connected with those 2. To mow the lawn, ride a stationary bike for an hour, or watch Sam and play WoW. I think the decision's easy, Doc Otter. You ride the lawn, and then you have me on your phone in front of it whilst you're doing all 3 at the same time. How does that work? So the merge chance for a Shadow Song is pretty low. Yeah, I mean, I got a feeling there's quite a few candidates below Shadow Song that will get merged. Maybe there's going to be a low pop realm that's going to get merged with Shadow Song. That could be interesting. Yeah, like Natty said, maybe they'll merge the lows with the mediums, and as Shadow Song is pretty medium, they might just bring them both up. That could be interesting, though. I'd like to see that. Shadow Songs is a true mid in your opinion? Yes, I think so. Definitely. One server will be merged with Shadow Song Horde populated. Do you think so, Metcat, though, in terms of will they try and balance out? Because isn't Shadow Song's mainly Alliance anyway? So I can't see them like bringing more Horde into the mix to try and make it more balanced. Yeah, if that's the case, well, it depends how big the low pop ones are, definitely. Interesting one. Yours is below Shadow Song, you have a pop of 36. Okay. Yeah, because my impression was that they weren't going to make it more balanced. They would, if there's an alliance dominance on one side, they'd probably keep it as a alliance dominance. That would be the main thing, really. Wow, another raid. Canadian, thank you very much with the party of 28. How was your stream? Lovely to have you all here. What did you get up today, Canadian? Welcome everyone from Canadian Stream. We're just going through the Wowhead vlog at the moment. Just talked about the smelting calculator, a new nice utility website, and then we're going to talk about a bit on TSM 4.10 alpha, a few extra things that have been going on, and we're also talking. The big topic this week is about servers merging together. I'll be very interested to see people's opinion on that, certainly. There's lots of sort of interesting theories going around at the moment, whether we'll get lots and lots of high pop realms or whether it's just the low ones becoming more medium and things like that. Hey Canadian, how are you? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? LWS 96, thank you for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Shah of Dave, used your luck to get a ton of transmog to sell in the auction house and you got nothing. End of story. Oh, right, okay. Sorry to hear about that, Dave. Hopefully you'll get more luck later. Tara Mill is 96% Horde and 4% Alliance. That is a big, big difference. Reaches over 7 million sales over the last 3 weeks, mostly transmog. Very nice indeed. That sounds fantastic. Let me just make sure that I'm not going AFK here whilst I carry on with this. So we're going to talk about the latest bits and pieces that are going on with TSM 4.10 alpha. So if you've been checking out my streams over the past few weeks, we've seen these developments as they come through. The really nice one here is the time to craft on the crafting queue. It doesn't currently take into account things like your crafting enchants or your chefsat or things like that, but I'm hoping that it will overall in the end. But yeah, I for fun, I put in a list of all the things that I knew took quite a long time to make, like the flying carpet, the mooncloth robe, tuxedo jacket, shirt and pants, and 100 netherweave bags, and it comes in at 17 minutes to craft all of these, which I thought was quite interesting, and about 16 of those minutes are just netherweave bags. So that just gives you an idea as to how slow netherweave bags are, and gives you a bit more reason, certainly. Heard there's a lot of recruiting by guilds and Taramel. Interesting, Jack. Transmog doesn't sell, we know that. So you can shout to your other half, you're going to be 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Exactly, Edwards. That's the way it works. And Laxi3, thank you for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Back in Qatar, I had an add-on for that, and it crafted coffee mana food for 46 minutes. It lasted the whole expansion. Wow, that's a lot. You're making nice gold with cooking on Taramel. That's nice to know, Kojak. Cooking is one of those things. If you can get the niche and if you can get your materials nice and cheap, then it's definitely useful. It's a hint. Don't make netherweave bags. Everyone should buy deep sea bags as the unbeatable low price of 199 gold. that's very cheap for deep sea bags. What's your deep sea satin price? Is it even a profit at that price? Other things that have changed with TSM 4.10 is the auctioning operations and how you manage them. Is not just auctioning operations, there's basically all the operations and how you manage them, telling you how many items are using the groups and which groups are using it, and being able to select several of them and delete them. This is really useful in terms of managing your TSM profiles. So that's another nice addition coming through on that. And also the TSM team have talked about the new price sources like shopping op max, auctioning op min, auctioning op norm, and auctioning op max. So these are things you can reference within your groups. So it's going to be interesting how people make use of these. But the whole blog source is here, so it goes through in a lot more detail there. And also there's a link for the TSM beta if you want to get into it there. You can follow that link as well. You're a bit weird. Well, no, and do what's fun for you, Will. That's the main thing. The 69 goals. Don't think Deep sea bags on Storm are 69 gold. Don't think they're as low. That is incredibly. They cost 150 gold to make, so the profit margin is very thin. Yeah, that is very thin. I guess unless it's people that are doing lots of 2x4 farms and getting a lot of deep sea satin and not taking into account the opportunity cost, then they're just like pricing them for whatever. Yeah, it's the other option, yeah. I think you just buy them all and bank them for Shadowlands. The problem with bags is they take up so much space. So you'd have to have a guild bank just for bags. That's why you bought many of them and stock them, exactly. I know, Drizzling Rose. So another thing that came out this week, trying to showcase a few different gold makers on YouTube. Shapeshifters was a new one I discovered this week and had a very nice video on easy gold flips. So this is talking about the buying things with the Spirit of Harmony vendor, pyrite ore to pyrium bars, which is again in the smelting thing, deep stone oil, and the frozen ore vendor. So a few very sort of like niche older world flips that are kind of well known, but there might be ones there that you don't use yourself, so it's a nice little video to watch through there. So I'd highly recommend that one if you're looking for something different to do. Store a bag in a bag. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, you have like an infinite bag or something like that. Oh, as Jack says, yeah, it's the same. Reroll, so that's fine. That's fair enough, definitely. This was an interesting topic that was on Reddit this week. Was do you think the Longboy has had the opposite effect as intended on the market? Do you think there have been more people that are actually trying to make gold rather than play the game at this point in the game? And because normally, when the expansion is dying down, normally people will be doing things like collecting transmog or pets or various other things. So now the situation is everyone's not doing that. They're actually trying to make gold. So there's a lot more gold being funneled into the economy because all these people are trying to create it. So it's not so much the gold sink. Obviously, every person that then goes and buys the Longboy then goes and wipes out 5 million gold. Yeah, especially raw gold. That's a good point. More farmers and new goblins ever before. It does seem to be my impression, certainly. But yeah, as Aura Warrior says, only 4%. That's according to like Wowhead and things like that. So all these people who are aiming for the Longboy and don't quite get the 5 million gold, what do they then do with their money? Do they go and buy another mount? Will they buy things like the 2 million spider mount? Or will they buy it on transmog or buy it on things to sort of like power level their characters? So will that gold then get circulated around and go to other people who will then buy their Longboys or things like that? Because there's lots of 500,000 gold mounts. There's the frogs as well, isn't there? They're about 333. You create like 125,000 raw gold per week. Yeah, that's a decent amount of raw gold just coming into the market, certainly. And then pets, tokens. So there's a lot of economy moving around the market, and obviously with lots more people having an interest in the market, how's that going to work with all the markets and the game as it stands? Obviously, a lot of us who have been gold makers for quite a while have seen a lot of markets get saturated at this point, especially in BFA, more so than I experienced with Legion. Most of these players hard to go for to get tokens. Now they can save some real money by buying tokens. That's another point. Now, obviously, the token price is a balance between the people who are buying tokens with real money and people who are getting tokens with gold, and the price reflecting that accordingly. So at the prices that it is at the moment, it seems like it's still a very healthy balance between the two. And all want the Brutal or other things. You have the Lightforge Warframe, that was 500,000, and the Brutosaur, and the Yak for 100,000. But there's also the Frogs, and the Trihorn from the Bruto vendor. Yeah, there's a lot of different things, isn't there? Just because of the Brutosaur, now you have it, you're hooked with this way of playing. Well, welcome aboard, Edwards. I mean, for me, when I started gold making, it was all about the token. Once I realised that I could make gold and buy my game time with that, that was me sold. I thought, you know what, that is the perfect synergy for me, certainly. And can't work that out. Is that 6 million spent? Is that 2 million? Profit 4 million over the last calendar year. That's a decent amount, Darkwing. And that's transmog mainly. That's very nice. Welcome to our club. Gold is fun. Exactly, Game Cat Count. Was posting bags earlier. Didn't look at the prices. Sold your Hexu for 650. Ouch, totems. That's what's the normal price for Hexu bags for your server? Because 650 isn't too bad. I'm currently looking at Shadowsong prices at the moment. Let me just move a little bit further there so I don't go AFK. Repair the whole of Azeroth, then the Brutus vendor on black market auction house. The auction house fee, probably the biggest gold deflators. Oh, you got to remember that as well, certainly. Oh, 604,000. Wish it was million. Oh, right. I got my zeros wrong there. Okay. Yes, 604,000. So 200,000. So 403 over the last calendar year. Ah, okay. That's quite a bit less. It all depends on what you find fun, though, Darkwing. It's usually around 950, give or take 40. Okay, so that is a big drop, definitely. And the Taran Mill Hexweaves are down to under 430. Yeah, that's a shame. And when you realise you can make millions of gold without much effort after farming for glyph techniques, you're going around buying all the mounts you never could afford. That's the perfect way to do it, Edwards. Buy the things that you now can afford. There's loads of cars you don't need. Still working on Heroes of the Storm, all the things, but when that's done, it's time for Shadowlands hoarding. I mean, I'm steady with my gold making at the moment. I've not got a huge amount, but I'm buying enough to just keep my tokens ticking through. And for me, I'm quite comfortable with that at this point. I hope to buy some tokens, hopefully, before Shadowlands. I think that's a good idea, Mitty, just to give yourself a bit of extra balance, certainly. I mean, I like to be able to buy my game time in 6-month chunks, so that's always in my head to make sure that I've got enough to pay for that. I mean, I've got 5 months left of game time, so I've got plenty of time just at the moment. I just like looking at the gold in my bags. Don't really buy much with it. That's also good fun, Will. So it's going to be interesting. All this gold circulating. Where's it going to go with Shadowlands? Are there going to be people buying lots of materials for really ridiculously high prices at the beginning? Is there going to be sort of like the rich get really rich? It's going to be very interesting at the beginning of an expansion, always. Also, just be gold making to pay for game time. Yeah, I think, Dizzy, that's a good sort of thing to do, at least as a bare minimum, and then take it from there. They don't know how much problems are created, like early BFA in single posts, in terms of like people trying to get stuff on the auction house and stuff, and people who didn't understand gold making. Got about 15%. Oh, hold on. Interest loans on TSM if you're close to the Brutosaur. You did that in January to get the squeaky mount, but with real money, of course. Right, to get the extra, you get the extra game time, and then that gets you the mount, wasn't it? Yeah. I did that with the Dreadwake mount, I think. Of those people saying they couldn't make a token in a month, at least now, that might be a thing of the past. On the WoW Economy Reddit, a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of really nice success stories of people getting their Brutosaur. So that's always nice from my point of view. Someone saying could ask developers to get an answer to the question, when is the Brutosaur getting removed, pre-patch or actual launch? Was it me? Yes, I did a tweet out to see if I could get any answer, and I didn't get any official answer from them, so it was basically just everyone's open to their own sort of speculation at the moment. We don't know. That's the main problem. find out what daily crafts there are, get all 52 and set up for it, and send you gold making time, getting the mats to produce those. I mean, that's going to be a solid gold making method because you've done the work already. You've got all your alts, so the daily cooldowns are going to be your way forward, certainly. You'd like a gold squish for the market to go back to every silver counting like in vanilla, or even something like that. Where the Wrath days where 20,000 gold was a decent amount. That's interesting, although it is effectively all the same in the end. I like the big gold numbers. I think that's part of the appeal at the moment. They've been pretty clear. What's your take on it, Mushy? Because my take on it was when my interpretation was on the Brutal would go to the black market auction house once Shadowlands releases, which for me meant when the game actually comes out, not at pre-patch. But then there are other people like Want to Buy Gold who thinks it was when it's pre-patch. So you think it's with the pre-patch as well? It was just my interpretation of when Shadowlands is released and that phrasing. And then people are looking like, okay, well, what happened historically in the past? Was it pre-patch that things that happened normally? And that's why people are doing things on the pre-patch, because won't the pre-patch be when the levels get squished and things like that? Because I think it's like a preparation for it. The field medic went away before pre-patch. That's what I'm thinking. If they make a mistake in the pre-patch, they can fix it. The achievement, right. Because you have all the time till Q4 2020, you'll definitely get the Brutal. But if it's pre-patch, you have to keep me worrying. Exactly, I'm not sure. Maybe we will find out on the 8th, as Mitty says. It's an interesting one. I'd like to think it's when Shadowlands gets released. But I've heard lots of people, including people here on chat tonight, say that they think it's when pre-patch. Do a Twitch poll, see how many of us think it's pre-patch and how many think it's a release. That would be fun. I'll do that. Just in Rose. Twitch poll. I'll add that into my list of things to do. You think it will be pre-patch as well, Derp? Also, hello. Good evening to you, Derp. I hope you're doing well. I was very comfy last week with your Brutal Piggy Bank. Rather be safe and think pre-patch. I mean, that's a good point, actually. Just try and get it as soon as possible is the main thing, really. Just try and get it. Karjaku, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. They always put things in the new things in the pre-patch and take away the achievements awards afterwards of curve at this moment. So it could be interesting. Now you're 400k short again. Ouch, Lemecha. Hopefully you'll be able to get that quickly enough, certainly. Just going to finish up the Wowhead blog. The last topic is going to be, obviously, don't forget your chef's hat. We talked about this on stream last on Thursday. So as this week is Wrath of the Lich King time walking, you can turn your time walk badges into small spice bags from Orzin. Is that Alzin or Orzin? And inside each you'll get the Epicurean Award, which you need 100 awards to buy the chef's hat, and you buy that either from Derek Odds or Misseni in Old Dalaran. And then you have your chef's hat, and you'll be able to cook super duper fast. So if you haven't got your chef's hat and you are interested in cooking, it's highly recommended that this week is the week to do it. If you happen to have 2,500 time walk badges, otherwise you'll have to do the daily quests and pick up the rest of them that way. So a little reminder on that one, just to finish up the Wowhead blog. So I hope you enjoyed that little sort of like news snippet as it was. If you do have any questions and things like that, please do let me know in the comments or come into the chat and let me know. Oh, wow. Swandos, so thank you very much for gifting a sub to Will. Wow, that's fantastic. Going for the whole year as well. That's amazing. Thank you so much on behalf of Will. And a load of emotes for you. Congratulations on your 12 months as well. Change over to the, I think it's the purple hat you get now for that, don't you? Chef's hat. Chefs have so much time when crafting feasts. If you had to choose between Chef's hat and Katie's hat whistle, we'll probably still go with the hat. Yeah, definitely. How many badges do you need? You need 100 Epicurean awards for the Chef's hat. And also, Doran 2011 coming with your Twitch Prime as well. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to the Samadan squad. I have a whole load of new emotes for you to use as you will. Thank you very much for your support. What else did I miss there? Can you check your toys out of the game? The ones that I've got at the moment. Let's have a quick look. Let's just come down here. I have very few in the way of collections. I have 54 toys is all I've got at the moment. That's not a lot, isn't it? Okay, thank you. There's Drizzling Rose. If you go to the Twitter post there, it will show you just exactly how squatted down. Very nice. You hit 52 awards today, so halfway to the hat. Oh, fantastic, Sexy Aramis. And Neon Husky, thank you also for the follow. Use Simpler Armory to track collections, so you have to do some trickery to get it to show toys out of game. Ah, right, okay. Are the feasts the best food to sell or single buff food? I find the single buff food is doing better for me. But as Salty says, sell both and just restock the ones that sell, certainly. Technara, good evening to you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We just finished up the Wowhead blog, so we're going to go over and check my mailboxes for the week, see what kind of gold I've earned, and relist things if necessary, although I did do that earlier yesterday, so I should be okay for the moment. Let's go have a look. Let me just come over this way, squeeze into the mailbox. And there's my poultry achievements, thank you, Mushy. Is it still worth leveling PFA cooking and fishing? Definitely, I would say so. The fish, the 8.3 fish in particular still sell, and the buff food, I still get some decent sales. I mean, looking at, let's just deal with some expires here first. But the sort of things that I've sold, oh look, I've sold an otherworldly bag. I've sold some Mechdal's Big Mech just recently. So that's a good start. Sold some Umbra shards, which is nice. Fragrant Caviar has expired, but we'll go through. You'll log in later then. Okay. Keep having to increase the amount of your single buff food you put on the auction house. Can never seem to keep them on. Exactly. That's a good sign of a market where the demand is higher. Certainly. I can confirm that when Shadowlands goes live, the Shady vendors and Trickinic will cease selling it. Right, okay. Where did you find that, Scarlet? When Shadowlands goes live, because that's what I thought when I saw the original text. They said when Shadowlands goes live. Yeah, this one. Let's have a look. So this is the key text. When Shadowlands goes live, and my interpretation of that was, as you've said, is basically not at pre-patch, but when, because that's just me interpreting the words. Shadowlands goes live, but as others have said, when these achievements go, sometimes it's been pre-patch. So as I read that, that's what I think. I think when Shadowlands goes live. Choice of words since the realm of the dead. That's very interesting, Will, actually, isn't it? So, but as Darkwing says, pre-patch is effectively Shadowlands going live. Is that true though? I'm not sure. It's open to interpretation. But the Blizzard's track record would say pre-patch to you. I think that's what people are thinking at the moment, is that it's pre-patch. because pre-patch usually means 9.0 patch, which means, is that technically Shadowlands going live? It's all in the wording and how you interpret it. Alright, I'm going to run a post scan. Obviously I'm running TSM 4.10 alpha, which is why this looks different. If you do have any questions on 4.10 alpha and want me to have a look at anything, please do let me know. Who knows? I know, this is the thing. This is why it's hotly debated at the moment. Yeah, if you're working that close, I mean, look at it this way. If you are trying to get hold of the Brutasaur and pre-patch is looming, then I think a lot of people will be upset when it goes at that point. Is there any date for the 4.10 release? Not that I know of. All I know from the team is they say soon TM. Less discussion, more farming. Well, we need to post everything on at the moment. That's the main thing. I'm going to go through, check my mailboxes. I've been quite heavily depleted on my gold reserves at the moment because I bought 3 tokens last week. Just as soon as the sale went live, I thought I'd capitalise on that just in case. How do you find Olsen to get the Time Warp bags? Olsen is literally in Old Dalaran. Deep Sea bag for 465, there we go. So if you go into Northrend, Dalaran, can we look at Old Dalaran through here? We should be able to, shouldn't we? Song Forest. No, I can't. Right in the middle, basically, of Old Dalaran. If you look at, basically, as soon as you teleport into Old Dalaran, it's right there as soon as you go outside. Yeah. Yeah, that'll take you straight to them. So Deep Sea bag 465. That's 130 gold profit for me at the moment, so that's reasonable. I'll keep selling those at the moment. Let's just deal with all my expires and get rid of all that, and then we can look at what other gold I've got coming in the mail. 171 still at the moment, so still got some gold to come through. Clear answer from Blizzard will calm a lot of worried people. I think so, serious. It's worth asking again. Right, okay. Got a whisper today saying that you're too aggressive on the auction house. Oh, really, Derpalicious? Although Blizzard do say that auction house is basically gold making PvP. Yeah, Old Dalaran is Dalaran Crystal Song Forest. Alright, we'll post this lot on, 67 of this. Now you're getting suspicious. Call it cancel scan wars, not for you. Yeah, I mean, if it's constant cancel scanning, it's not a market I like to do myself. I'll post mine on and then see what happens after that. I've done my fair share of trying to do cancel scans on a reset day, and I find it draining in the end. I don't know, Jack, actually. Maybe I can set that up once I've got myself going on the NA. That would be useful, definitely. I've been flying around Grizzly Hills for hours this weekend. Best music in the game. Yes, it is, definitely. I really do like Grizzly Hills. Right, some more mail to clear out here. More expires, rather, once we've done this expires. Brawl of the big bags. I like that. That's very nice. Use that use it for your mains garrison. Right, we've got some good gold here at the moment. 76 items in the mail. 97,000 gold, so nearly 100,000 in sales this week for Samadan. That's cooking and enchanting and tailoring. So we've got quite a lot of bag sales: Frostweave, Otherworldly, Hexweave, Silkweave, Deep Sea, Netherweave. Lots of different bags, embroidered deep sea bags, 4 of those for 8,000 each. That's a good price. And we've also got Crusader enchants, Deadly Navigation, some rings, some food, baked potato, fragrant caviar, biltong, kebabs, Mekdal's Big Mech, some more bags, Silkweave satchels and Frostweave bags. Sold some Umbra shards occasionally, which is quite nice. Lets me get rid of that stock. Netherweave bags again. Nice price of Netherweave bags at 25 gold. And a couple of uncanny bits and pieces, nothing too huge there. So all in all, that's decent. 97,000. That certainly helps my my token purchasing from last week. Let's collect all of that up. I usually see the other goblins in Old Dalaran, but personally prefer Thunder Bluff. There's so many nice places to park your Brutosaur, certainly. Sam's popping off with that mailbox. So did I collect everything there? I think I need to post everything on that I missed there. Let me just get that lot going. There we go. New Dalaran is nice and quick. I like the fact that you can just run straight into your guild bank from the mailbox. I think TV holds a special place in your heart since your first character was a Tauren Shaman back in Vanilla. I mean, you never forget your first city that you go to, certainly. Kakolak83230, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. If you farm your mats, will your average drop mat price drop? If you're using average buy, then yes. Average buy will only look at what your history of your buying. It won't ever look at what you farmed as a price. So in some cases, it's better to actually have a manual price if that's going to be the case. Right, everything's done. Let's just see if we need to restock on a few things here. Check my auctions. Everything's here. We've got some deep sea bag sales here. So we'll just go through and just check for restocking wise. Okay, there's a lot of different things here. Mooncloth robe is being held up by golden thread at the moment. We've got some other interesting things here that we don't have. So let's see what we have to select and gather here. A lot of stuff is from the guild bank, a little bit from the auction house. Let's open up the task list and deal with those. So vendor can buy the things we need. There's a few things we do need to buy from the auction house. So let's just have a look at the prices before we start committing to anything at this point. And we'll scan and see what happens. You bought Pierre off someone yesterday. With him and the hat, cooking has never been easier. Yes, Pierre is very, very useful when it comes to cooking. If I have items that display the hashtag default when auctioning, is there a way to tell TSM not to display those items as to make it easier to post the items? So anything that says default on it means that it's not in a group itself. So the best thing to do with those is actually to put them in a group, and then you've got more control as to the price. What I used to do with a lot of my sort of default profiles was go in. If I just move over here, I used to actually just take off the default operations. So I go to the operations, the groups here under the base group. It's slightly different now, but I would basically just take off all of the operations for all the auctioning operations and things like that. And for me, then they don't get counted as part of the base group. Or as Mushy says, you deselect on the left side if you're doing an auction scan, or auctioning rather, like this. Just turn off base group and then keep everything else on, because you can have all of these on, all of these on, and all of these on, but not the base group. That works. You just answered the other way around, yeah. There we go. Yeah, so there's multiple ways of doing it, as Moshi said and Metcat said, or you can do it this way, just turn your base group off. Right, oops, that's the wrong one. My auctions, right, okay, gathering, that's what we're looking at. Yes, with TSM 4.10, it's now called base group. With TSM 4.9, it's default. So they just changed the name of it. Browse, let's just go and scan these again. I missed what I said. So Infinite Dust is 9 gold. What do we need here? Buy from Auction House. Infinite Dust, 60 of those. Dream Shard, 1 of those at 10 gold. And the Golden Pearl is still at, well, it's now at 3,000 gold. That's still too expensive for me. So I'm going to take off the moon cloth. I'll buy these though whilst I'm here. I could get this more easily just doing Wrath of the Lich King stuff, but I'm just going to buy those for the moment because that'll be fine for my profit margins at this point. But I will take off under my tailoring. I'm going to take off the mooncloth robe because it's not going to be profitable at that moment. I've only got a profit of 1,500, but if the Golden Pearl is costing me 3,000, then that's not worth making at this point. Versatile Navigation, just sold that for 450. So everything else we need to go and gather up. Hexweave Cloth, looks like we've got enough for that. The rest is all going to come from the Guild Bank, so let's head on over there, collect all that up, and run through here, and then we'll collect up all of that, move that off. It's base group 2 as well, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, that Golden Pearl price is, I mean, it's a pain to farm, so I can see why people would put that price up really high. I'd be tempted to go out and get some myself. It would be quite interesting. Mysterious Essence, let's go and deal with that first. I'm going to use the standard interface for this because I got this as a favourite. Now, TSM wants to do Ethereal Shatter, but I actually find it cheaper to use this, so I have to make 6 of them this way. So I'll do this one. Let's say Violet Sands and Mount Mats may be a no-go on low. On low pop can affect how well you sell. On a full pop, even with a crazy undercut, still doing about 30k daily. Far cry from what I was doing before, but your restock routine only takes about 30 minutes. That's a nice position to be in. Right, okay, let's just do that, and then open up that, and we can craft these. Bolt of Frostweave times 60 and Bolt of Imbued Frostweave times 30. This is for my Frostweave bags mainly. So this is going to take me a little while, so I can keep an eye on chat. Not worth my time. Is that going for the Golden Pearl, Mushy? I mean, it'd be a very specific farm, wouldn't it? That's the main thing. See, this isn't added into my my crafting time at the moment. I spent last week stocking a bank full of inks and pigments to go through them so fast, I might actually take a step back and only sell the really good glyphs. I mean, the thing with glyphs is, I guess you could always set a higher profit margin or something like that. Made so far 50 Savage Blood, fantastic. Gotten some high value mogs whilst farming Golden Pearls. Oh really? Control TV. Does Glyph of the Dark Absolution only drop on Mythic difficulty? When you farm them, it's doing it with a spot of student, but it's really too long. The one along the coast is the one I know of. When you have to change back to the other version. I can't do it whilst I've got the crafting window going. So you buy them when they're low, even if you don't need them at the moment. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Game Cat Cat. I used to buy them, I used to get them a lot cheaper than 3,000, certainly. It's one of those sort of like few and far between kind of materials that isn't used for a lot of other things. You don't sell glyphs that will give less than 300 gold profit per glyph. It's not worth it and takes a lot of bank space. I mean, it's those kind of margins really that you can at least do, can't you? Right, how are we doing? Bolted Frostweave nearly down, another 6 to go, and then we're onto the imbued Frostweave. And imbued Frostweave, there we go, and that's updated, so we can craft that. You make mine when it sells, so it's not too bad. Might have to mess around and see what it's like, yeah. You need a shopping operation for rare items. That's a good idea, Dervalicious. I think my shopping operations are just too big, really, to do a regular kind of look for everything. I get out of the habit of looking for sort of stuff that's a cheap value. Like rare recipes, toys, mounts, pets, etc. That would be very useful to do. That's the basis for decent flipping, really. Had to remove 95% of your restock glyphs just in the interest of time. I'm of a mixed mind. I would be similar, but the thing I think with glyphs, it's a bit like with me and tailoring. I love to craft all the old shirts and things like that. Even though the profits aren't always that great, I like the fact that I can just make lots of different things. Alright, you have the 2,500 time warp badges, fantastic. Time to get the 100 bags in, fantastic, Demetria. One chef's hat coming your way. You like to have all the glyphs, you can imagine yourself as a shop. Exactly, I'm the same as you, Edwards. That's how I like to think of it. I like my Samadan's Tailoring Emporium, where I've got all the finest threads and wares, even the kind of the odd things that people don't tend to buy that often. Even if I'm losing money by listing them, I like to have them. Right, okay, so that's all crafted. So we should, what else do we need to make? Let's go to our crafting list actually, and let's go through all of this. So this should take 58 seconds to make all of this apparently. Right, okay, well let's get going then. Hexweave bag, silkweave satchel, frostweave bag, 4 deep sea bags. The frostweave bags are slightly slower. That's what max X gold times 150% is for TSM to adjust your own values when you feel it's worth it. Yeah, is that for crafting? But it takes so much time and effort to put a group together. Well, therein lies the fun. Okay, mech towels, big mech, nice and fast, and then go over to tailoring, no, enchanting, and then we can make the enchants. There we go. Yeah, I'd like to go through and collect all the recipes. There is too much to craft, otherwise it's too painful for you. Thank God you learn to prioritise what you do. I know, Game Cacap, that is the efficient gold making method for sure, because time is money, as they say, and there's no point making things that aren't going to give you a huge amount of profit. But sometimes I just do it for the fun. Right, let's post all those things on. Let's just move this over this side. Auctioning, run a post scan. There we go. Oh, you got the delicious chocolate cake after opening a bag. Oh, fantastic. Added bonus. Ready for Children's Week next time. You do a tiny amount of profit 50 times and make a huge profit. Yeah, it's that same old adage, you know, the pennies count and all that sort of thing, isn't it? Certainly. Really liked enchanting and leatherworking, but with Expulsum requiring so much time and only one account, you can't be bothered to do the shuffle anymore. Not since like 8.2. That's fair enough, Stiboding. It does have to be done in small chunks, certainly, for that very reason. I was going to think about how is the Tide Spray Linen price at the moment. Last time I saw it was 2 gold 50. Still lots of it at 2 gold 50. Coarse Leather is looking interesting, and Shimmer Scale is looking interesting, but with Bloodstained Bone being at 14 gold 50, that's too expensive really. My mat cost is more like 4, what's that, 4.89. That's much better. Still got quite a lot in the guild vault actually, so I could make use of that. That could be useful, especially with that Shimmer Scale being 1 gold 15. Maybe I'll go over and buy that on Earthen. There's a lot of Shimmer Scale that's cheap, but I've only got, what's that, 3,300 and another 700, so about 4,000 Bloodstained Bones to make use of. That could be interesting, talking of the shuffle. But we'll leave that for the moment. Let's carry on through my characters. Gold-wise, we're now looking at 243,000, so that's a little bit more healthy than it was at the start of this, the week. Let's go through my other characters and see what happens. For those that can't get Pierre, Little Ragnaros, the store pet, also works as a cooking fire and is very useful in lots of pet battles. That is true, although the price of Little Ragnaros, when it's not on sale, is about the same price as a token. So I found Pierre to be actually cheaper, because I got Pierre for about 60,000 gold, rather than the price of a token, which is 170 odd thousand. You've got all those. It takes damage. But you buy your mats. Most of them you go farm only when they're too high in price. Yeah, that's what I like to do as well. Right. Oh, we've got 4 minutes left, so let's quickly run through this. We've got some sales. That's good. Probably got a lot of my auctions on here. So let me just check on alchemy, just in case there is anything we need to craft. And yep, we've got a few different things here. Superior Battle Potion of Intellect. We need some Crystal Vials and Light Feet Potions. So let's get those whilst we're here. And then I'm going to have to fly super fast, get myself some Crystal Vials. And go in here. I'd like to buy from you. Buy Crystal Vials. 600. And then we'll go from there, and then we'll craft these. Superior Battle Potion of Intellect. I've got 3 minutes left on my Silas proc, that's why I'm rushing my way through this. Might as well get a few more of those. That's a very loud noise wherever I am. Yeah, I'm not sure where Pierre's made it. Is it Mob? Okay. But a lot thanks to you, Ian Gumdrops, in terms of comment. Well, that's very kind of you to say so, Game Cat Ken. Very kind indeed. It used to be the same way. Things you have to save up more time buying and crafting, figure out what your desired goal per hour is, and base everything around that. Jeannie, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. If you do gold the way I do now, it's thanks to you. Oh, that's very kind of you to say so, Game Cat Cat. I'm glad you found a way that works for you as well. Right, let's move out of the way of this because that's really noisy. Let's go around this way. There we go. And then we'll go over and just see if we can get another Silas proc, just in case. Disguise this time, so no more on that front. Let's make our daily cooldown bag of anchors. Collect that up. And then we can do, I'll probably do a cancel scan on the things I've got on at the moment. That's always useful because I've only got a few things. I run a cancel scan on everything because it's not too much in my list. I won't really hit the throttle doing a cancel scan on this many things. You got a 3,000 coal, very nice. Yeah, we seem to have some decent sales for the week on alchemy. Currently sitting at 112,000 gold. Again, spent another load of gold on a token on this character, so it'd be nice to get up to a good sort of 200 and something odd thousand. Right, let's go through that, and then we can collect these up, take the cancels off. 59,000 in gold we've got this week. So not as big as some weeks, We've had some really good weeks before, but that will certainly help get myself up to a healthier level. So we'll take all of those at the moment, all those potions. Is the stream lagging at the moment? Oh, yeah, mine seems to be red at the moment. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Quality's dropped right down. It's gone red on my... Let me check my stream health. My bitrate is... It's gone down to 2000. Okay, hopefully that'll settle itself back down. Hopefully. Hold on tight. Hopefully it'll work itself back out. It looks like it's struggling around 2000 kilobits. A few lag spikes. It's not just you, I think. Yeah, I'm getting quite a few dropped frames as well, looking at my OBS report. I don't want to change it too much in case it makes a difference. I could check the speed of anyone else in the house, but my upload speed does seem to be taking a hit at the moment. Maybe it will come back up in about... Okay. Hold on, let me try. It happened during yours as well, did it, Sheriff Dave? Let me try settings. Let me just try... I don't know if I can change this whilst we're going. If I try down to 2000 kilobits per second. So hopefully that will just... settle down a little bit. Don't think that's actually changing anything at the moment. I'll keep an eye on things. Hopefully it's alright. Marty Tiptoes, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. I've just got a little bit of lag on the stream at the moment. I'm hoping that it will settle itself down eventually. I'm going to change that back up to 3000 because it's actually telling me that it is at 3000, so that's strange. My bitrate is saying 2400 according to Twitch, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Okay, thank you, Shara Dave. Going on 18 attempts of the Silas Rock. Ouch, McBainey. It's working now for you. Okay, fantastic. Just picked up. Fantastic. Oh, you just picked up. Hi, more Magiscarf. Congratulations. It's weird because it's still looking red on... Even though my kilobits per second is saying 3 and 2000, it's looking like it's red on my OBS. Yeah, probably temporary. Let's hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be okay. Phew. We'll see how that goes and carries on. So we're at, what are we at? 171,000. So 200, what have we got? 941,000. Let's see if we can crack 1 million with all our characters. So that's all done, that's all done. Let's jump onto our next character. Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is on that one, whether it's a Twitch thing or not. Tigress, good evening to you. Right, let's have a look. Inscription. We haven't had a sale yet of my glyphs, last I saw. Let's go have a look. See where we're at after that. Up and over. Oh, Ultramarine Pigment World Quest. How are we doing here? So we've got 33,000 in sales. We've sold Highborn Compendiums of various types. Uncanny Etched Vessel for 7,000. Another Etched Vessel there for 4,000. War Scrolls of Intellect, Tome of Quiet Mind. Sold a 6 of Blockades. And a War Scroll of Fortitude. So that's a good mix of inscription over the week. Public service amount from Twitch for everyone. Less chatting, more farming. It's always BT's fault. It's only a telecoms company. Share price could drop. It gets more people using its product and more people depending on it. This is true. We are beholden to our telephone infrastructure, and there's no real alternatives because they're not much better themselves. Let's have a look. So up to 165,000. That's pretty good. Let's go through and repost anything on that I've got in my bags. Contract Storm's Wake, I've got that. Do we need to actually remake anything? Well, sounds like the wind's picking up outside. Let's go through here and need to pick up the quest for Silas on your Alchemist. Yes, definitely worth doing, Mitty. It's a nice little quest line as well. I do enjoy the Tools of the Trade quest lines. What have we got? Mystical, Light Parchment and Ultramarine Ink. That's fine, we can do that. So let's go over here. Let's go over this side. Collect up some Light Parchment. Let's browse that. Let's get maybe a couple of hundred. Keep me okay for the moment. And then Ultramarine Pigment. How much do we need? Gathering wise, we need 50. Okay, we can make 50. Ultramarine Ink. Let's make that 50. Well, not 510. We don't want to do that. And we'll craft that. There we go. Visions, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Welcome on board. We're just going through all my characters at the moment and just relisting and restocking their auctions and counting up our gold for the week. So I save all my my mailbox opening for the Sunday because it becomes more of a sort of a gold making stream that way, and we can look and analyze what's been selling for me on Shadow Song. We're just up to 975,000 gold after buying 3 tokens last week, so it'll be interesting to see what happens once I've collected up all of my gold. I'll get this Ultramarine Ink going, and then I can make both of these Highborn Compendiums. There was a nice Expulse and World Quest. Was it yesterday, I think? Tools Quest is fine. The mechanic itself, kind of annoying. I guess it depends on the tool of the trade. The tailoring, the enchanting, and the alchemy ones are certainly useful. The mechanics of the Silas proc is definitely annoying. Right, let's head over this way and we'll do this one. 1 chef's hat to go. Fantastic, Tomato. You're almost there. Let's go through here and run a post scan. Put that on and put that on. Both of those. And then we're done on the inscription. What's that for? That's for the Ultramarine Pigment for the Azurite. We'll leave that one. I haven't seen the engineering one, and the leatherworking one isn't much better either. Watching the stream to get away from making Excel. Sorry, Edwards, I didn't do that many. We'll carry on here. Rakido, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. We're just running through our characters now. I need to go over to my next character, which is Urfan, see what kind of gold we've made with leatherworking. And then we've got El Morte to see what's happening with blacksmithing. Last I saw, leatherworking was beating blacksmithing this week. Oh yeah, so I was referring to the Silas proc. Yeah, the Silas proc is definitely the annoying one. Wish it was just a constant buff to proc rate. Yeah, I think so, McBainey. Like the Ewan's Enchanting Rod, it would make more sense. There we go. Let's go over to the mailbox. See what we've got on leatherworking. Oh, some good sales here. What have we got? Drums of Fury, Uncanny Waist Guards, Arm Guards, more Waist Guards, Gauntlets and Treads. All for a decent price in the thousands there. So that's 30,000 in sales. I'll take that one, certainly. Is the tailoring tools of trade an item like alchemy and enchanting art? Yes, it's a synchronous thread. You still have to have it in your bags when Azurite power is available. What have we got here? Let's have a look. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we haven't got that dealt with at all. Okay, we are not very well geared here at all. But that's fine. What do we need to restock on? Let's have a look at my auctions. Auctioning my auctions. I think most things are here actually. I did a restock earlier, so how do we... crafting, groups, restock, just more Drums of Fury. So we'll do those. 20 of those. I bought some raw beast hide at a decent price earlier, so that's going to keep me going for a while. 1 minute 16 seconds to make my Drums of Fury. Leatherworking Tools of Trade one is really interesting until you get to the end and go, what does that questline have to do with what I just got? Because you get a drum, don't you, that you can use that's effectively like a drum that you don't have to use things like these Drums of Furies. Yeah, totally lackluster. Tailoring, enchanting and size are the most useful. I think the rest of them there. Drums of Fury, crazy expensive in my realm. They are doing quite well. I mean, estimated profit here is 1,200. So I'm happy with those prices, certainly. It was Mushy that told me to make drums many years ago, and I've never changed since. The vendor might even have recipes you don't have after 15 years of playing. I know I did see the vendor once. I need to go and find them again so I can finish buying all the other recipes. I'd really like to complete that collection. On yours, drums are about 100 per thing. So how much profit is there? It depends on your raw beast hide at the moment. Looked into the inscription one, didn't quite get why you would want it. Because inscription's blood contracts, isn't it? I think. Drum that decreases the sales of all other drums you sell. Yeah, that about sums it up, McPaney. Pretty much. We'll go with that. It's actually a debuff. Do the northern spices work for something? The northern spices are useful for other people who are doing the cooking daily quests. They're useful from that respect. Hoku Sam, thank you very much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. You never have to pay a ridiculous amount of extra just because you don't live in the centre of a city. Is that for... Oh, that's for the BT prices, yeah. BT isn't quite as bad as Bell and AT&T. Oh, we've got a cookie. Come on then, cookie. Pick him. Oh, come. Trying to get her to come up. There we go. We've got a cookie. Hold on. Let me just swap scenes. Me full screen. There we go. We've got a tail at least. Let me see if I can move the camera down a little bit. There we go, cookie. You come around this way so people can see you rather than just your tail. There we go. We have a cookie at least. It makes up for not having an Oreo cam at least. There we go. Scumlord Studio, thank you very much for the follow. We're just having a little bit of cookie time at the moment. He's actually over this way. I need to move the camera over this side. There we go, so we can at least see a little bit of cookie at the same time. And Repo, thank you also for the follow. Look at that. You have a cat on camera and suddenly everyone comes in. Bengal, no, she's just a tortoise. Tortoise? No, tortoiseshell. Yeah, it's just a lovely little tortie. Not Oreo. Oreo's Fluffmorn. He's 7 kilos of fluff. He's the massive cat, but he doesn't tend to spend time up here. Dado, good evening to you. Forgot to follow us here. No problem. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, we've got Cookie in here at the moment. She's just enjoying a little bit of pamper time. There we go. You can literally see her a little bit on the stream. A turtle made it to the watches. I like that, Kaida. There isn't a cookie one. I know I don't have enough Game Cat Camp. I've got an Oreo one, but I don't have a cookie one. I need to sort that one out. Let's carry on with our making whilst we're here. We'll still have cookie on the side. I just put it down into the smaller screen whilst I carry on with my bits and pieces here. We posted our drums, so we can now log out. I have to do this all one-handed now. I can't stop giving cookie attention. And we'll go over to El Morte. And let's see how blacksmithing's doing. I don't think blacksmithing's doing that well this week. I haven't had that many sales. You don't even have the Tools of the Trade for inscription. No, I don't think I've got it either. I didn't bother. They live in a world to themselves. What's that for? Inscription is good for outdoor solo stuff. Oh, really? Okay. Right, I'm going to have to walk the standard way here to get to my mailbox using both mouse buttons. This is how you have to play WoW single-handedly when you've got a cat. The problem with Cookie is that she dribbles, so she ends up salivating all over the desk. So what have we got? Inflatable mount shoes, uncanny plate gauntlets. No weapon sales at all this week. Oh, there she goes. She's gone. Let me just move this back up. She's gone up onto the... hold on, let's move that across. Onto the table next to me. There we go. Have you ever thought about removing the embedded video on the weekly gold making Wowhead posts just to see if it would help getting partnered? That's an interesting point, Edwards. I hadn't thought of that. I mean, I'm hoping that I can just get my regular streams without partnership, without embeds, as good as the Wowhead ones. Therefore, it shows that it doesn't matter. Thanks for always being positive light in our weekend. So nice to look forward to yours. Oh, that's so kind, Kaida. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very kind words. And I don't have any data cap usage limits in the UK versus the US. Having that is also very useful, definitely. I think DCM we just have community. I think it's just community for EU, and then we've got NA1 for that. Oh, that was an old one. For classic, we are on Mirage Raceway. Server BFA. I don't have one. I'm on Shadow Song, and the NA1 I'm on is Lightbringer. Doesn't artificially inflate the stream. You get the viewers anyways. This is true, Edwards. It could be an interesting experiment, certainly. Maybe try it for a couple of weeks and see what happens. Where am I and what am I doing is the next thing. Let's check my auctions. A lot of these are about to expire. Looking at this, they've got 3 hours left. So what I'm going to actually do is run a cancel scan on this lot. Rilon, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on board. We're just going to check our last character here. Bit of gold making. I've got 137,000 because this was one of my characters that bought a token last week. So we need to increase that at the moment. Hopefully this isn't too bad throttling wise. 55 auctions. I don't think we've hit the 100 auction throttle whilst doing this. So it's relatively quick. Cancel all of those. This is the benefit of having things in small chunks, really. And then we'll at least post these on. The main things here really is the cutlass. Have I got... I don't know if I actually saw the deck pounder and stuff there. Let me just check that. Dev, no. Deck pounder, we do have that. Deck pounder, Fireflash, Harmonious, Peerless, and Quick Blade. So we do have a few different ones. That's useful to know. Okay, we'll post that lot on. Manarial and Shani786, thank you both for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Your internet is UC and your mobile is Oyster. Oh, interesting. Interesting names. Awful partner. Partner for Sam. Yeah. Any idea how to get rid of 30... just selling them on the auction house, but transform them into something more profitable. 30 Zenithids. I guess the main thing would be to make a potion like Abyssal Healing Potions. I think are fairly easy. I can't remember what they use. I think it's madness am I not think of what reason it could be. Personally, I think my stream is amazing. It would be a great choice for fun. Well, that's very kind of you to say so, Edwards. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I will be reapplying very soon. Just the main reasons really is because I want to be able to give people more emotes and things like that. What setup do I use with Inscription? I'm literally just doing I'm not doing any of the glyphs at the moment yet, but I'm doing the Highborn Compendiums, the trinkets, and the contracts that I do have reputation for and can make a profit, and a few other bits and pieces at the moment. Getting right here is the only one who's deserved my hard-earned money and subs. That's so kind of you. You caught 140 wolves whilst opening up 1,700 cards. Very nice, Dressing Rose, very nice. Okay, so that's what have we got? Everything posted on there. Let me just check. There's nothing I need to remake. So we'll have a look here and check my groups. Restock. Inflatable mount shoes is the only thing here. So we need an anvil. I always forget that. Every time I forget I need an anvil. There we go. Hashtag partner Sam. Let's go through here and blacksmithing, make some mount shoes. That's a 500 profit if I sell that, so that's worth doing. And then we'll go here and we'll run browse, nope, auctioning, run a post scan. And then we're done on that front. Okay, last character, well, not quite the last character. Let's go through here. Getting set up for glyphs is quite time consuming. It is Lemecha, and that's something I want to do a video on. I want to work out the best way to get through all the glyphs, and then do a video on getting especially Legion glyphs. I think that'll be and then the auction house undercut wars is the other problem, because I haven't sold. I mean, the 2 glyphs that I have got at the moment, I haven't sold any of those yet. But I'm not super aggressive with my Inscription. I literally just post it on at best once a day, really. So I don't do a lot of cancel scans for that very reason. It's not a market I particularly want to do. Right, we've got all of that. We've got our anchor, and then we'll head around here. I've probably got some expires of our vendor stuff. So this week on Nadamas we sold some Enchanting Vellum and some Fusaka, and the rest was all Anchor Weed daily cooldowns for a total of 2,000 gold. Not bad for a literal 1 minute log in, log out. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's post all of our stuff on at the moment. Making good use of your pride, Pog. I like that. Inscription is something like that you like cancel scanning wherever you have a spare 5 to 10 minutes. You sell 80% of glyphs in the first few hours after posting them. I can imagine it's like that. That basically glyphs need to be. You need to be the sort of the last person to post to be able to see any kind of sales really. Okay, so do we need to buy anything here? Just the Enchanting Vellum, got that. We can post that back on. There we go. And that's done. Okay, so that's done. Log out here, and then we'll move on. Sold some so far, actually made about 400k on an alt course for a couple of months, but you have to constantly babysit the auction house. That's the hard thing. Do I use Ask Mr. Robot? No, Dado, I've got no idea what that is. So Feng Shui I haven't touched since, because that's I reserve for my when I'm playing with my wife. We need to update her subscription, so we haven't done anything there in a while. I'll go over to Bridget though, check her. She's doing the kind of like the mass leveling stuff. We're also level 92. Do an optimize for me. What is, asked Mr. Robot, and what would an optimize be? These are things I've never heard of. People never buy more than one of them, so the competition is really big. But having times and scrolls are a huge part of the profit. Yeah, that's good. Get 80% of them sold, and that's good. Do you have any ideas that Blizzard should do to fix the whole cancel scam mentality with the LIFO system? I think we should look into this whole buy order system that other games have. I've not really looked into it in a lot of detail myself, but I get the idea that it's something useful that might help us. But it's only a feeling at the moment. I could really do with sort of sitting down and working out what would work on that. Similar to Raidbot, helps with gear. Ah, right. Okay, thank you. Ask Mr. Robot Optimizer. Okay. So what does this do? Click your character name. Close that. How can Mr. Robot help you? Best in bags, gear check, best in slots, upgrade finder. Oh, right, okay. This is interesting. So what do we do here? Worst in bags. With the pay version you have, you can extrapolate the in-game script. So do you check your stats, Azerite powers, gear check, raid healing, mythic plus, set strategy, do a gear check. So often has less haste, more mastery, less verse. So what do I need to do here? Do best in bag. Back to setup. Samadan. Hold on. Region US. That's the wrong Samadan. Shadowsong EU is the one we want. Yeah, that's right. Okay, here we go. Keen and Grave, thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome on board. I have a whole load of emotes for you to use as you will. Thank you. And the Savo, thank you very much for the follow as well. Wow. I'll scroll up. Hold on, what did I miss here? Do the best in bag. Okay. Seems to work well. Okay, so hold on. So what do we do here? Import from add-on, holy, top, best in bag. Okay, here we go. Best in bag. There we go. Never catch the live stream, usually on YouTube, but glad I caught one today to say, oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you, Keen and Grave, and I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube videos as well. Lovely to have you. I keep changing gnomes, William. Yes, I do. I keep changing gnomes. No, I keep changing rooms. Changing gnomes would be terrible. Yes, I am back in the bedroom now, so it's been redecorated, which is why it looks different. But yes, we should be here for a while at least. It's probably the best out of the way at the moment. So raid healing, mythic plus, set strategy, find best in bags. Please log in. Okay, I haven't done a login. Okay, this is worth looking at. I'm gonna add this to my bookmarks, and we'll add that. Whoops, I just put that in the wrong place. There we go, and have a look at that a bit later. There we go. Thank you for that, Dede. I shall have a look at that. That one will be Bizarro, Samadan. What do you mean by Bizarro? Right, okay, where was I? What was I doing? Okay, core stone, chilled meat, frostweave cloth, rhino meat, so various bits and pieces that I just collected on my route, 159 gold. Takes me just over 6,000 gold on that character, so we can post over the rest of the stuff and get that on. We could probably do quite easily, actually. We could probably get ourselves, what are we at the moment? 90. we could probably go and do our garrison very easily here at this point. Thinking about it, probably the best way to do this is to go to the Jade Forest and skip the scenario to get myself into Warlords of Draenor. So I think actually no, we'll go over this way into Pandaria, and we'll go from there. Whilst I'm here, just thinking about what I can do effectively here. Yeah, it looks good, Kami-sama, definitely. The bad version of Superman. Oh, right, okay. I could fly from Ashran, couldn't I? But I'm going to do the portal from the Mage Tower to Ashran and then fly down. I'm thinking which would be quicker though. Because I'm thinking going to Jade Forest. What my thinking was on here was go, not Northrend, Pandaria, go to Jade Forest, fly over here, go down under the cave under here, and then that gets me to the place I want to be, isn't it? Is on the Timeless Isle. That's what I'm thinking. Going all the way over here and doing that. The other thing, yes, I could go and get the portal to Ashran, and then I can go to Draenor from Ashran. I can fly down and do it that way. Ashran's faster now. I've got a feeling from looking at that, actually, that would probably be faster. Let's have a look. Let's try it. 100 sold now after reposting. Oh, fantastic, Lemacho. So it's worked for you. Fantastic. I'm glad my advice worked. I'm so relieved. Yeah, either way, we want to avoid the... I mean, yes, I mean, it does give experience, as Will says, but I've done it recently, so I just want to basically... Ashran's way faster, says Mushy. Okay, let's go give this a go. I guess in Timeless Isle you can't fly, can you? Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I missed. There was me trying to be clever, and I missed. That's no way to speedrun something. There we go, let's try that again. That's the problem with having a Sky Golem. There we go. Right, so Battle Mage, let's go around here. Where's the portal to Ashran? Let's have a look. What have we got this side? Kirintor, can't do those, can't do those. Let's try this side. Caverns of Time. We've got Dalaran, we can do that. That's interesting. We can't do Ashran. How can I get to Ashran? Oh no, Shatrath is there. Jade Forest is here. That was it, did I miss it? Hold on. Crystal Song. Portal to the Exodar. On the left there are BFA, Legion and WoD. Okay. Is this the one I want? The Exodar one? Where's that taking me to? It's in front of Azuna. Okay. No. Yes, no, no, okay. No, I didn't think that would be the right one. Shatrath, Caverns of Time. And the Jade Forest is there on that side. And then those ones I can't do yet because I'm not the right level. It's on the other side. Here I can't do this one. And that one obviously I can't do. And then that one I can't do either. So looking at these, because I've not unlocked it, would make me think that I'm going to have to do the Jade Forest one. We could ask a mage for help. First on the left towards Barala's side, yeah, which is where we looked. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to do the... you did say earlier, did you, Edwards? Yeah, I'm going to have to do the Timeless Isle skip, I think. because we haven't got it here. Okay. For the mage tower will not be active until you set up your garrison. There we go. Thank you, Sirius. Right. So we'll do the timeless Isle skip instead. There we go. We could ask a friendly mage as well. That's another option, but I tend to not bother too much with asking for help, if you can believe that. Right, or 100 would work, yes. So let's go timeless Isle this way. A little bit laggy at the moment. Hopefully that's going to settle itself down. Thank you, Sirius. That's kind of you. I'm gonna go this way for the moment though. We'll do the timeless Isle skip. It's going a little bit laggy at the moment. I wonder if that's it's not too bad in the stream. No, I'm only 92 on this character. We're going through and we're going to do the WoD discovering everything as I go. We're going to do the WoD treasure finding for leveling. Curious as to what the times I'll skip is. Right, we're gonna do that. I'm lagging a little bit in the game as well at the moment. It seems to be a little bit choppy at the moment. Not as much on stream. I'll try and get that working. Now I really could do with something with water walking at this point. Once we get to the timeless Isle. Let me just follow this round this side a little bit. There we go. Persephone, how are you? Lovely to have you here. How was your July the 4th? Congratulations on being able to do your Brutosaur giveaway. That was fantastic. Who was the lucky winner? Murdering another 750 demons. Yeah, we're jumping into WoD at the moment. So we're basically we're in Pandaria, the Jade Forest, and we're flying over to the Timeless Isle. Hopefully this will not deposit me in the middle of nowhere. And then we have to run through here because we can't fly this part. And Darioki X, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. We're just doing a little bit of quick speech marks leveling. Cookies on the windowsill now. Quick bit of leveling here by getting ourselves to WoD and getting ourselves set up. Don't fly too high. Yeah, because we should drop down at some point, shouldn't we? There we go. Plop. We end up in the water. Watch out for that. That's an elite beast. And then we can come through here. Then we can mount up. And then we'll just run. We want to run all the way through. So I guess slightly south and over that direction. So let's go this way. They're on your server though, which makes it easy. Crazy Fan got 4 million worth of other prizes to hand out today. That's absolutely amazing. That's very generous of you, and a fine testament to the gold making community doing that. I think that's brilliant. All right, lots of sparkly things here. I'm just going to ignore them. There's a herb there. Just going to ignore that as well. I want to just completely go through. Stay on target. Focus on what I'm doing here. Very laggy in the stream at the moment. Hopefully that's not going to be too bad eventually. Now I can't remember which way do we go. I think it's up this part. And I'll follow the path there. There we go. Please forgive the lagginess in game. I think it's struggling at the moment. Usually skydives using Goblin Glider directly to the underwater cave across the Timeless Isle. That's a nice idea. So do you just basically go from up really high and then use the Goblin Glider? Is that how it works? Firewalker's Path. Do we want to go this way? I think we do. because then I'll drop down to the right at some point. Yeah, that would be nice to do it that way. Level 90 elites here, so I think we need to just prepare for a decamp over this side. Let's head in the water. Now we don't have any inflatable mount shoes or anything. Now we need to go more south than we are. We're too far north. Let's go this way. It's been bad left and right all week. Is it really? Is it? Wow. Yeah, because this is telling me frame rate 92. So that's not too bad. The cave's between the frog and the ship, isn't it? I usually go to the ship and then look down, is where I remember it. Gleaming treasure satchel. Is this the right one? Okay. So it's down in here somewhere, isn't it? I know what I could try actually. Let's go this way. Now it's down. Now hold on. Let me work this out. Once I go underwater a little bit, we should be able to see the cave. There it is. That's the cave we want. Yeah. Now I remember. I've done this a couple of times. So once you've done it a few times, you do remember. And then we go under here into this cave. And then in this mysterious cave, we should have where's the fire? It was there a minute ago. I saw the sit on that and then we click on that. There we go. Sit on the chair and then you go through the icon. And then we're into Gorgrund. So then from here, as we've got flying, we'll then fly due south. Oh, that is a bit laggy on that side as well. You know what I might try actually? I've got my anti-aliasing on. Let's turn that off. And let's just turn us down to 9 or something like that. Texture filtering's fine, anisotropic. Turn to game. See if that makes any difference. There we go, that's a bit better. I had that when I was doing some screenshots earlier. I think my graphics card couldn't quite do it with the anti-aliasing on. That does seem a lot smoother, doesn't it? Alright, we need to just go all the way down here. Actually, no, we could probably start with treasures here whilst we're going, can't we? Now, we don't want the rares, we want the treasures. Hold on, we want handy notes treasures, so we want these. We don't really want to see... don't want to see the rares. Maybe I can turn those off. I'll just keep going for the moment. We'll just keep an eye out for them as we fly. That should be easy enough. Do that after 94. I mean, we need to get our garrison set up anyway, because that's always useful. Yeah, that does look much better. You can repeat this method later when you're at level 110 if you party sync with another character level 90 to 100. Oh, really? Although when I'm 100, what I would usually do is just wait around for Legion invasions and I'd level up that way. Sold 2 blacksmithing swords right now. Oh, fantastic. Did you get a good profit margin for them? Right, carrying on here. We're gonna work all the way down. We're not going to do Tanan Jungle. We're going to all the way down to Shadowmoon Valley. We'll just ignore all of this and carry on here. There we go. Enjoy the journey for the moment. Could do rares at the same time. It's quite the flight to go from here all the way over Tanan Jungle, then Shadowmoon Valley. And then we need to head down to this part and do the quest starting point there. Ashran would have been closer, thinking about it, because Ashran's here and we go through there. There we go. Whereas Azeroth Autopilot pointing me, it just wants me to do the starting quest in this zone at the moment, which is why it's telling me to come here. I guess we could get a flight point from there, but I don't think that's going to really help me at that point. It says turn in quest. I've got a few other things here I probably need to do as well. I mean, your character is at 110, so the last bracket, 110 to 120. Oh, right, okay, right, I see. Found a new super secret leather bloodstained bone spot today, almost as good as quill rat. Oh, that sounds very nice, Will. Keep that one to yourself for the moment. I think you want to make sure that you can maximise that one as much as possible. 260 poor demons to be murdered. Ouch, mushy. Good luck on that one. Right, how are we doing? We got some loot coming up. Let's see if we can see that as we go past. Is that in a cave? I bet you it's in a cave. It's not going to be up here, is it? That looks a cave if ever I saw one. Maybe. No, it's not a cave. I'll carry on. Does the map toy work here for discovering flight paths? I don't think it counts, this one. I think that's just Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. You just level by herping and mining. That's also very valid, definitely. You get some good experience doing those. Right, we're still going. This is a big zone. There's a lot of leveling, a lot of flying to do just to get us to the right point here. I'm going to just ignore this part of the zone though. Already did 1800. Wow, that's a lot. Now, this mountain's coming up. I think I should probably head slightly to this side of it. That should be better. I could probably grab the flight point down there, but I don't think I have the flight point for the other ones further down. At least we're discovering some areas here. But this is where we want to start here, finding a foothold and do those quests for the moment. We'll run through those in a moment. It was, oh, there was one below me. I could have picked one up before, back there. This one, the refuge one. But there's not really, I don't really need to do too much at this point. I want to get myself into, because I will level through Shadowmoon Valley. I'll do all my leveling literally just by doing the garrison setup here at the moment. Do the garrison setup and do treasures and a few first initial quests, and that will be me sorted when it comes to doing everything on Warlords of Draenor. It's so quick to go through this. Right, here we go. The main problem you have here, Azeroth Autopilot's kicked in now, is going in and out of your garrison. Is it like, oh yeah, it is lagging again. Interesting. I wonder if that's got anything to do with Azeroth Autopilot. Or as others have said, it's a WoW thing. Oh, I haven't got my background noise on. There we go. couldn't see, you couldn't hear anything that was going on in the background whilst that was happening. There we go. Right, okay, so defences, we'll go over this way. So I've got to wait for this yet? No, still waiting. There's a little bit of setup at the moment. Who do we need to speak to? Oh, there's no one here, so we need to get up that way. This is where you need to use a little bit of initiative, I think. You don't have to do the initial quest line. Don't I want to get my garrison set up though? That's the main thing really. It's going to be useful to have it set up. One more wingman to go. Fantastic, Mushy. Wingman achievement in sight. Fantastic. Right, where is the treasure? Should be a treasure around here. How do I need to go through here? Right, okay. Oh, never mind, this is the alliance size, remember. And what do I use at my garrison? Well, it gives me options, really. That's the main thing. The problem here with a lot of this phasing is you don't have... Right, you want to turn in there. I've got nothing here. I have got a quest here, so I need to do that. Complete the quest, choose a reward. That's 27 gold, that's 28 gold, so we'll pick that. Right, okay, we can do that. This is easy enough. Chop down the trees. Off I go then. Do that, and the ravens. How are we doing for lagginess? Looks alright on that side, I think. Buy the 10% EXP pot from your garrison. Once I've got that set up, I'll remember, Drizzling Rose. Ready to work. There I am. Ogre cache as well would be also useful. Get myself set up quite quickly on that. Feels like it's still a little bit laggy. Yeah, agreed on the ogre cache. There's another raven, do that. Need 6 ravens. What are we doing? We're at 12, 21, 25, so how quickly can we get set up here? Lost Wandering, yes, we have Bridget here, who is my hunter, that we're going to... She's currently 92, and we're going to get her up to 120, because this is going to be my dual crafter and engineer, is what this character is going to be. 2 professions we don't have yet. Let's go through, let's got that. That's ready for turn-in. 1 more raven. I mean, having... so the ogre cache gives you... garrison resources, which allows you to build up your garrison nice and quickly to get it up to level 3 nice and fast. It's 1,000 resources, although there is a bit of a time. There we go, level 93. Then we'll take this one. See, now Azeroth Autopilot wants me to go back and turn in the quest, but it's not quite there yet, because I'm missing... Hold on, where's my list? probably hiding down here somewhere when I had it last time. It's probably because I'm in this area, actually, thinking about it. Quake Fist Slain, we can do that. You're over here. I'll do that. I believe you were in here. There you are. That's easy enough. Go and do that. I am Sinister, going for 6 months. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Welcome, and have a whole load of emotes for you to use as you like. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. We're just coming through and doing a little bit of garrison levelling just to get myself up. We're at 93. Time to build the garrison. So I'll head inside and then we can do this. Yep, I got that one, Mushy. A bit delayed on the stream, perhaps. There we go. We've got all that one through. Ship salvage, and then we'll pick up this one, and then we'll pick up the fourth Silas proc in a row. Wow, very nice to meet you. Very nice indeed. I'm just going to go and click on all of these things. Cordana is here, and then we've got some garrison resources. Check the garrison cache. Pick that up. Oh, there's a treasure thing behind there. We need to pick that up. Pippa's supplies, and then there's another one down there. Just got to do all these things. I'm going a lot of this from memory rather than using Azeroth Autopilot, because I've done this fairly recently. And one more thing, speak to you. Time to get back to work. And then we need to go outside, it would look like. And we've got a quest there. Let's fly for this one. About 3 minutes, is it? Wow, that's a... those are my errors, ignore that. Go through that. Click on that. Gather Shelley's report. There we go. Blob the Second, thank you very much for the follow. Shelley's report done, and then we can go in here, pick up all of that. Then we go to you, and then now what to do? Do you need to fly to Gorgrond though? Because that seems like a big long detour here. I don't particularly want to do that at this stage. So I'm going to skip that one. Wikila, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Hope I got your name right. If you're just catching us now, we are doing a little bit of slightly laggy levelling on Waters of Draenor, setting up my garrison on my character Bridget here. Let's go here, do that. We get a decent amount of XP just running through these, and we haven't even done the any treasures or anything yet, or bonus objectives. Those are all pretty decent to do. We'll go through follow the initial quest line for the moment. Where are we at on this? Let's just pop out here. I guess we've got the ones over there to do. Let's do those. Right one too, lovely to have you here. I am in another room, yes, I keep changing rooms. We are now in upstairs in the bedroom again, but it's been redecorated now. So this is going to be my home for at least a little while. We've still got the rest of the house. Well, Other rooms in the house to decorate, we've got Pale Devourers. Start with those, I guess. Yeah, we need to do a few of those. Then we need to do the boxes and things, the crates here, and then we'll go through there. But how are you, Right 2? How's your week been? Collect up this lot. There's a load inside, which is quite useful. I really like this fog effect that's really close to the ground. There's more salvage. Nothing else here. We'll pick up that one. Then we'll pick up this one. Gonna kill the last 2,000 demons. What an evening. Glad it's an account-wide achievement. Excellent, Mushy. Well, you definitely deserved it after putting in all that effort. Ran out of anchor weeds. Time to farm again. Well, there we go. You're onto a system, Limecho. How do you do your anchor weave farming is the main thing, really. Let's just do a couple whilst we're here. Get an extra one. Need a few of these anyway. I could mine this. I guess we might as well for the XP, really, more than anything else. Let's go and mine that whilst I'm here. Give me a little bit of... And then we've got a treatise on mining in Draenor, which is this one. There we go. And then we can do that whilst we're here. We've now used up all our rested XP, actually. Interesting. Let's get a load of these Pale Devourers. Some here. There's a treasure in here as well. So we'll do this, work my way towards the back. There's another one there, Poison Claws. And we'll do that. And we can do at least a few of these. Everyone seems to be doing alright at the moment. If you do zone storylines, you can get compendiums that will save you a few thousand gold if you plan on moving large buildings to level 2. Once you get your riding, when you get your riding Tavok and Nagram for sure. Ah, interesting. Okay, I hadn't thought of that one. Try and get all of these going at once. Do that lot whilst I open this up. 24,000 XP for that. That's the power of treasures. Picking River Bud and Sea Stalk seems to want anchor weed the most. That's why it's always abundant in the auction house too, usually daily transmute. They love the transmute. Just finished your Brawlers rank 8 and done for now. There's but the shirts you need, but I think you can't get them anymore now. Oh, right. Let's just clear that way out. I've got a few extras here. You know what, we probably don't need to do these. So I'm going to run my way out and ignore those. Let those carry on. Because I need to go and hand these in. Flight. I'm in combat still. Okay. Let's move out this side. Okay, extra one. I just shot a crab. Unfortunately, that was the wrong thing to shoot. I didn't mean to do that one. No luck to get them now. Oh, that's a shame. Right, now we can... Oh, almost got out of that without having to go back into combat. I don't need to kill these anymore. I want to fly. There we go. Then we can go over here. There's a treasure over there. I need to hand this in. No, I don't need to hand it in. I need to kill this person first. To you, and then I'll be able to hand everything in. Let that go through. Still farm your Tirgo Town route every day on your Druid. Shadowsong doesn't seem to have that many regular farmers doing those routes, herbs, and all sell nicely. NSA Spicewag. What's the best way to get mats for Vial of the Sands? Firelands with treasure finding pot? I don't know, it's not something I've tried. Does anyone else in the chat have any ideas? Right, I want to go this way, but I also want to go this way to find that treasure, because that is, as far as I remember, underwater. Right at the bottom, there it is. Sunken treasure. So we're going to go over there and avoid that big fish over on the left. Collect up our treasure. Another 24,000 XP. And then we'll come out this way. Volatile fire water with the pot. Okay, there we go. Or a 5-man group farm. Thank you for the help on that. Turn in quest. Where are you? You think the quest is here, which is the problem with Azeroth Autopilot. It wants to hand the quest in here, but I can't tell it to miss that one. So we're going to head over here instead. So it's slightly out of sync. Darla's got a guide for the Vast Sands, has he? I know Reckles Want to Buy Gold has done a fair amount on Val of the Sands as well. Okay, so we need to hand those in. Let's go over into our garrison. Do these quests. And then this one. There we go, 94, very quick. And then we can go through here. Blueprints. And then what do we need to do with the blueprints? We need to go back to our garrison, don't we, I think, or something. Learn the blueprints, okay. Learn the blueprints. And then we go and build them with our little table. Barracks down there. And then wait for that to go through. And then we can finalise the plot with that. Barracks look fantastic. There we go. Try /AAP skip. Ah, thank you, Ariel. I did wonder what I could do there. /AAP skip. I had caps on. Does that make a difference? /AAP skip. Skipping quest step. There we go. Thank you. That's really useful. Garrison zone ability. Let's just drag that down there so it's out of the way. There we go. Oh, Dado coming in with your resub of Prime for 2 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dado. Your support is really appreciated. Thank you. Here's a whole lot of emotes for you to use as you will. Want to go remakes content? Remakes every content creator's video. He has a series on everything, to be honest. That is true. Another thing, you're always endless WoW to-do list things, things you haven't done yet. I know. Thank you, Silent Mouse. I've already done that one with Dodo. Am I really lagging behind on the notifications? There does seem to be a little bit, because Moshi, do I have enough garrison resources for the XP potion? Where do I buy that from, would be the question. Can I buy it already? Yeah, that was definitely laggy. I think we're having a few issues there. The cook, who do we have here? The primal trader. Can't see anyone else here. General goods and repairs, provisioner. Crystal vial, mining pick, inking set, all that kind of stuff. Just having a test here, having a look. That's not done yet or anything here. Let's check around here. Who are you? You're the innkeeper. Violet claws, cleft hook stake, tinker's set. Needs level for the potions. Inside the hut. Let's have a look. Mission specialist. That's don't have anyone else here. And in there is the blacksmith. Inside here is the garrison architect. Where's the quartermaster? I don't see a quartermaster on this one. It's guy by the board, because the guy by the board we've got here, we've got the labourer and we've got the merchant. The merchant doesn't seem to have anything that I can spot here by the quest board. Okay, let's have a look. Quest board. There. Okay. Ah, fantastic, thank you. Sergeant Crowler. Okay. Accelerated learning. Experience gains from killing monsters and completing quests increased by 20%. Last an hour. Requires level 91. Binds when picked up. Let me just check this. How much does it cost? Okay, so this will cost me accelerated learning. It cost me 100 garrison resources and I have currently 169. There we go. Thank you everyone for your help on that one. So if we get that, buy that, and then drink that. Experience gains from killing monsters and completing quests increased by 20%. Lasts for an hour. There we go. So level 1 can do it. Ah, fantastic. So what we need to do now is just get on cracking with this. Extra 20% is definitely good. I'm not sure about Zygor, but Doogie's Guide also has the minimap location for the quartermaster, etc. Aha, right. Right, according to this, we need to go around here. I'm going to do the quest part here. We won't do the Secrets of Gorgrond. And then Azeroth Autopilot wants me to get the treasures first. I might have to do a skip on that one as well, because I think I might have gotten it. But let's have a look this way. Do each of these. There we go. This potion with the quest and bonus expedition in Gorgrond make leveling up so quick. Yeah, well, I think we're onto a good thing here, certainly. There's herbalism, we might as well do that. Don't think we'll get the extra things there. Adrali, which one of the twos. Thank you for the follow. Teaches you Draenor herbalism. And teaches you Draenor mining. Might as well pick these up whilst I'm here. Takes a long time to learn each of these. And the Dark Moon Fair buff as well. Yeah, I didn't bother with the Dark Moon Fair buff. I should have done that before embarking on this. That would have helped me out with another 10%. Still going a little bit laggy in the zone there. Do I want to pick these up at this point? Let's get them now, whilst I'm here. Going slightly off-piste here. Pick up that one. So you want me to do the treasure, which I think I might have done that one. So I'm going to do /AAP skip. Now it says get the treasure again. Let's just have a look at this. Hold on. Thank you, Mushy. We'll need to get as far as we can here, and then we need to see what we can do. Treasure-wise. So there wasn't any extra treasure in here. /AAP skip. Pick up the quests, which I think we might have done. Let's go hand in this one whilst we're here. Just 1,000 demons to go. Right, okay, you are here. You are here. Do we do a mission? Mission details next. Whoops. Next. Yes, I know how to do this. There we go. Start mission. use the table. View the mission here. Take that. Accept. Okay. Easy enough. Then we've got a whole lot of extra stuff to do here. And then we've got that. Anything else? You're done. Anything else whilst I'm here? Yes, we've got that. Move out. And then quest. I can see there's a quest here. Ah, you're here. Hiding under this side. And then we've got here. What are we going to make? Oh, upgrade the town hall. Upgrade. That's going to cost me 200 garrison resources. We don't have enough at the moment. So we need to buy ourselves an ogre cache, as Will mentioned a while ago. Let's have a look at the price of them. I'd expect about 5,000 gold, maybe. Let's have a look. Ogre. I can't see one. Ogre missive. Cache. I might be missing some here. There might not be any. Oh no, isn't it medallion? Is it medallion of the Legion? No, I'm thinking of something else. Medallion. Crush medallion, increasing reputation with denser drainer by 1,000. That's not what I want. The cache is what I wanted. But I don't see one there. So I might be missing them. Okay. We shall have to do it without. That's fair enough. We'll wait for that one to come back. Yeah, the ogre cache. I was thinking for getting extra garrison resources was the main reason behind that. We'll have to wait for a little bit more. Huge ogre cache. Yeah, I didn't see any on the auction house. Pandera's rested bonus ratio is so big that it almost leveled from 112 to 120 in time walking without using it at all. Right, okay, huge ogre cache, yeah. Okay, Game Cat, good night to you. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. I'm going to carry on with this outside. Have we got this one? I need to pick that treasure up whilst I'm here. And then we'll go outside and do quests. Upgrade your garrison. Find a Shamara at Mbari village, which is going to be outside here. Go to the right. We've got this, you've got that to do. Heroes welcome. And we've got a chunk of lunar rock to do over here. So a few different bits and pieces. Get ourselves a little bit further. And what I'll do is park myself after this. There we go. Yeah, that's rep, isn't it? I don't want the rep at this point. Yeah, there aren't any on at the moment. Okay, that would explain it. Thank you for double checking, Silent Mouse. And then we need to go over this way, it looks like. They cost 1,100. Okay, and I've currently got on me 6,000 gold, so it's quite an investment. Right, there's a herb down here, but that's not what I wanted to do here. But I will whilst I'm here. And then we'll go over and do this. Looks like we might need to be inside a cave by the looks of this thing. So, I don't see a cave though. So what are we missing here? Something in here. There's a cave entrance here somewhere. This looks like a cave entrance. There we go. Watcher's Den. And then we've got to wait for someone to spawn, I imagine. There we go. If you have 8 accounts and play your WoW 1 account and you hit your 10 instance lockout per hour, can you log in your WoW 2 account and dungeon farming, or they all share the same instance lockout? I don't think they do. That was epic. And Kamari, lovely to have you here. Welcome on board. Thank you for the follow. Bob Ross of not making indeed. Thank you. They don't share the instance lockout even if it's on the same server. There we go. Thank you for the answer. This is a tough one. Hello Slammer, good evening to you. We are currently levelling up in Walls of Draenor. So what we're doing here is just running through the starter quests and collecting treasures and herbs as well as we go. Get ourselves up to level 100 as quickly as possible. Currently at 94, so we're doing fairly well. In terms of maps, anything else, we're just going to head back this way. Each account has its own, just like your main account and your main account. Right, what have we got here? Oh, that was for, I need to upgrade my that and that, but we need to hand that in. There's a treasure chest, looking at that actually, to the north. Let's go have a look at that whilst I'm here. Should be around here. There it is. Pick up that one. Extra 27. The most profitable treasures are in Nagrand. Map of GRs. What's GR? Gold runs, good runs of gold spots, is that? You can link certainly. Need to do a picture of my painting the WoW. You need to do a picture of me painting the Wowhead gold review. That would be a nice idea, certainly. Right, here we go. No, don't worry about it, Silent Mouse, because by that time I'll have enough garrison resources collected up passively, so I'll have enough to upgrade at this point. I don't need to bother too much with this because the rate I'm going, running through these levels, I'm not going to be too far. You know, I just have to do a few more quests here, pick up a few treasures around here. I'm already halfway through 94 already, so this won't take me too long at all. What I'll do at this point though is I'm going to leave Bridget. I'm going to jump briefly onto Awakening because I'm in the rested area here at the moment, so that's a good point to stop. And what I'm going to do is jump onto Awakening and just double check if we can get ourselves a Silas proc and a relist our alchemy on, because that's always a good point. There we go. Thank you, Shara Dave. That's the Nagrand map. Okay, so how are these ones good? Oh, hold on, everything's gone a little bit slow there. Mainly for gold, is it? I mean, I could head over to Nagrand. Let's just add that to my World of Warcraft. Our garrison resources. Ah, right, fantastic. Okay, so we're here. Let's see if we can get ourselves... We do have a Silas proc, fantastic. I don't think I actually need it at this stage, but I'll save it for another time. So what I'll do is we'll run a cancel scan on everything we have so far, just to see if we've been undercut on a few items, which it looks like we have. So we can take those off. But I need a level 3 garrison. I will need one at some point, but I'm happy to just let that go through eventually. Well, Websy, thank you very much for the follow. And then we're going to take those cancels off. Post those back on. Obviously, I don't think I've had any sales here from looking at things. My auctions. Oh no, we did sell some Superior Battle Potion of Intellect there. So that's something at least. Let's go and post on those first. The things that we just cancelled. Take those. And then we'll check my auctions. And then we'll go over here. And then we'll go there. By gold, I mean weapons and armor, you can self-go. Okay, that makes more sense. Now I understand. Restock that, we're all fine, but that's good, because what we're going to do is just get the Silas proc now and log out, ready for next time. Time to go, good to see everyone, keep safe. Saxon Guild, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. And that's me probably pretty much done in terms of what else I just want to quickly check. Samadan will just quickly check, just in case. Make sure everyone's in the right position for everything. Check on enchants would be the main thing here. There might be a few things that have expired in that time as well. Or there's the pets and toys in Tannin. I've never bothered with those myself yet. Chaos, I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? We're just doing a final check on my characters. Just going through here. We do have some sales, Pact to Critical Strike, Versatile Navigation, Deep Sea Bag, currently. In terms of auctions, my auctions at the moment, we have some sales here of Deadly Navigation, Pact to Versatility, and Biltong. So if I were to do a restock on these now, let's have a look. What have we got? So we've got our enchants here, we've got the Biltong, Imbued Silkweave Bag. Did we sell one of those? Needs 8 Blood of Sargeras. Has that been up? That's now at a very high price. Hold on, let me just check. Has that gone for a really high price again? No, can't see it there. Check my auctions. Imbued. No, I don't have one on at the moment. Okay, so we might make an imbued silkweave bag as well here. We won't do the mooncloth robe though. We'll leave that one off. Blood of Sargeras we do need though, and that's the main issue on here. So we would need to check for blood quests. At the moment there's nothing decent currently on, so I'll have to come back here another time, see if I can get some decent Blood of Sargeras. You got the achievement, Wingman. Fantastic. Congratulations, Mushy. Just in time. A very painful, mind-numbing achievement, but you have it now and it's all done. So congratulations on that. That's absolutely brilliant. Right, I think I'm probably don't have time to make these actually. There we go. Let's have a look. Wingman. Achievement earned by Mushroomy. Become a personal wingman with all your barracks and bodyguards. Wow. Well done. Congratulations. Sveti's not playing well. She's doing a fundraiser for a host idea. Oh, thank you, Darkwing. I haven't seen Sveti in a while. What's she doing for the fundraiser? PM for later. Okay, thank you, Dado. I think we'll leave it there with Samadan. We don't need to carry on with the restock, so I'll do that first thing tomorrow. I've run out of time for tonight. That's me done. Harry Doyle, thank you very much for the follow. That's been an absolutely lovely stream tonight. I've really enjoyed your company tonight. Really enjoyed going through the Wowhead blog. I'll be very interested to see what happens with the servers and how those all get connected together. My next stream is going to be on Tuesday. So we'll go through potentially some mythic dungeons then, see if we can do a bit of progression on Samadan. Failing that, we can do some more leveling and other bits and pieces, and some more gold making, obviously. My next video should be out in the series on NA. I'll be going through how to set up my 2 accounts and things like that, so that'll be coming out over the next couple of days, hopefully. So until next time, let's see if we can find ourselves a host. Seeing Sveti's doing Dead by Daylight, which is, I know that's my son plays that. It's not necessarily the segue that goes from a casual gold making stream to something that's a completely different game, if you see what I mean. So I won't necessarily do Speti. Let's see who else is on. We've got Arnota is on, obviously. Our Gant's doing Final Fantasy. Who else is doing gold? It's going to be, looks like it's going to be Arnota from looking at that, comparing with everyone else. Let's do Arnota. Let's send some love over that way. He's stopping at 23 EU, so most of the time as well. Okay, so he might stop It might stop at the same time. Let's see if we can jump in on Arnota before before Arnota jumps in on us. Let's do that quickly. Slash raid Arnota 42. There we go. Thank you all for a fantastic stream. Really enjoyed it. Hope to see you all. It's a holiday weekend, so it might extend. It might indeed, especially as it's going to send the raid over. So thank you all. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday.